High school baseball here on WMBS, being brought to you by Davis & Davis, attorneys at law. Shop and save, Walnut Hill Plaza, Uniontown, Potter's Bar and Grill, M&R Transit, Target Safety Solutions, the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes, the Brewston Chiropractic Studio, Uniontown Detailing, attorney Dan White at Tremba, Kinney, Greiner, and Kerr, Peachin Pharmacy, the Uniontown Printing Press, the T. Harper Auto Group, Henry & Stewart Audiology, AK Contracting, Movement Physiotherapy, Ted Silva and Son Body and Fender Repair, the Radcliffe Law Firm, Casey Sports Cafe, State Farm Agent Lauren Yeoman, Don Miller Roofing, Jackson Farms Dairy Store, the Catholic War Veterans, Post 1669 in Hopwood, First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, NovaCare Rehabilitation, attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP, Ford of Uniontown, Dr. Paul Hartley, the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute and physical therapist Jim Burns, Stewart Collision, Mama Ruca's Pizza Shop, and by the Radcliffe Law Firm. Now stay tuned for the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show here on WMBS.
From Bailey Park in Uniontown, it's time for high school baseball action here on WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, the Tremba Live High School Sports Network, and Facebook Live. This evening, the final conference game of the season for both the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. The Red Raiders 5-7 overall, 4-5 in conference play. They locked down a playoff spot yesterday with a win over Laurel Highlands. The Mustangs 1-12 overall, 0-8 in the conference. Brian Morozak alongside Gary Frankhauser, Billy Dice behind the camera, and our Facebook Live video feed. Nick Barczyk back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. Our pregame show being brought to you by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They'll get you ready for the game. They're located 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. And Gary, Uniontown got some good news yesterday with their win over Laurel Highlands, locking up a playoff spot for a third straight season, knocking off the Mustangs 14-3, and now they'll play for playoff seeding tonight.
You're right about that, Brian, and I think that the Red Raiders are going to be a tough out for anyone in the playoffs. I think they have a lot of potential. Their bats come to life, and they can put some runs up on the board, and they have some pretty good pitching. So they get into the playoffs, and they're going to be a good team to watch throughout the playoffs.
The Uniontown win yesterday snapped the Laurel Highlands 8-game winning streak in the series with Uniontown. It was the first Uniontown win over Laurel Highlands since 2017. It's certainly a big night here at Bailey Park. Really have to credit both the city of Uniontown and the Uniontown Athletic Department for getting this field playable today after it rained throughout much of the day. They had senior night here earlier, and really a talented group of Uniontown seniors that are going to graduate here in 2024.
Again, that's a very special night, and I'm glad they were able to get this in. The sun is out now. I don't think there's going to be any possibility that we're going to have any more rain before the end of this contest tonight. The fans have come out in force. The bleachers are full. The Mustang faithful are going to be here also. And it's going to be a very fun night here for everyone concerned.
Yeah, Laurel Highlands hasn't won a conference game all year. They're going to try to play spoiler tonight. They haven't been in a situation like this since 2017. Missing out on the playoffs. We'll try to upset Uniontown tonight. We'll talk to the head coach of the Red Raiders, Kenny Musco, and the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues right after this.
Magisterial District Judge Nathan Henning extends his best wishes to both the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and to all our local sports teams and athletes. District Judge Nathan Henning recognizes that a successful season requires teamwork. It is the result of hard work of the players and coaches and the support of their families. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and Uniontown Red Raiders from District Judge Nathan Henning.
Contact attorney Dan White at Tremba, Kinney, Greiner, and Kerr, a full-service law firm which can assist you with all of your legal needs. With an office located on Morrell Avenue in Connellsville, the team at Tremba, Kinney, Greiner, and Kerr prides itself on its ability to professionally and aggressively address your legal matters, meeting with you as soon as possible, and returning your telephone calls in a prompt fashion. Contact Dan White at Tremba, Kinney, Greiner, and Kerr, 724-628-7955. Are you managing diabetes and need supplies? Peachin Pharmacy can help you. They understand the importance of quality diabetic care. The pharmacy offers a wide range of supplies, all tailored to meet your needs and your budget. Plus, they can deliver your supplies and prescriptions to you. Trust your local pharmacy for all your diabetic needs and to help you. Visit Peachin Pharmacy in downtown Connellsville or call 724-626-9600. Peachin Pharmacy, your partner in diabetic care.
Peachin Pharmacy. your local pharmacy.
At Uniontown Printing Press, they are more than T-shirts. They are about you and everything you love. And they are local. Operated by Mookie John and Kenny Musco, they share the passion with your group, club, or team, the excitement you have for your event or cause, and that makes your business stand out from the rest. Uniontown Printing Press believes that custom T-shirts do more than just make you look good. They help you feel good and inspire you to do good. Call Uniontown Printing Press at 724-366-7095. That's 724-366-7095. Are you down with UPP?
Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
That sounds good with Henry and Stewart Audiology.
JJ!
What is it, Kerr?
Can I get a drum roll, please? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the sounds of spring. As always, you have birds chirping and kids playing. But as a bonus, you will be able to hear my brother practicing drums. Okay. Well, maybe the sounds of spring are not equally pleasant, I would say. But at Henry and Stewart Audiology, my dad will help you hear them all. 3 convenient locations that serve you: Uniontown, Connersville, and Carmichael. Call 724-439-4380 today.
That sounds good with Henry and Stewart Audiology.
Amidar Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel to school safely in the Fayette County area for more than 4 years. Amidar Transit is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information about Amidar Transit, call them 724-439-3164. 724-439-3164, or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown.
Ryan Rozak back here on the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. High school baseball action on WMBS tonight. The Uniontown Red Raiders hosting the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, being joined by Uniontown head coach Kenny Musco. And Kenny, your Red Raiders locking up a WPIAL playoff spot last night with a win over Laurel Highlands. Has to make you feel good to see your Red Raiders back in the postseason for a third straight year.
Yes, it does. We were that was a goal. Obviously, the section was the goal, but fell short of that a little bit. So we'll take the positive we can get them, and we weren't real positive if we were going to get in just based off of what was going to happen with the Rams and the AG situation. But no, it was nice to realize afterwards that hey, we were in. So that was nice.
And you're still kind of eyeing your next goal. We talked actually last week a little bit. It's been since 1983 at the Uniontown baseball program. Won a WPIAL playoff game. Now that you're in, I'm sure you'll try to concentrate on that coming up in a couple of weeks once the playoffs get underway.
Absolutely. We talked about it yesterday a little bit and just said, that the program, how far some of these kids have been starters from their freshman year, and it'd be just nice to put something in the record books one way or the other, and just how proud I am of them, and that I hope they continue to just push through and win game by game, focus one day at a time.
Well, senior night tonight at Bailey Park against Laurel Highlands. Talk about what this group of seniors has meant to your program.
It's every year is special. I can't really say that one is more than another, but this one obviously I've been around these kids a lot longer than most, just due to having them along with my son with travel teams and things like that each summer. They're great kids, and this level just to make better men after high school, and hopefully they can continue with success, whether they play baseball or don't play baseball, whatever they do, that they're just better people in our communities and are great kids, throughout, and teach their kids to be the same way. So it's just a really beneficial thing, man. I'm going to miss this group. I'm going to miss all of them. I miss the guys, like I said, from years past, and I think that's the one thing about coaching that comes back is when you're out in public and you see a kid from 10, 14 years ago, and they say, hey, coach, how you doing? Hey, and they're just just excited to see you as they were halfway through a season of their senior year.
And for seeding purposes as well, obviously you want to make sure you get a win over Laurel Highlands tonight, maybe help you out a little bit as far as the seeding goes once the playoffs come out next Friday.
Yeah, I thought about that. It is nice to be to keep that seed. But you know what? I won't be super mad about it. I'd rather, hey, let's play the best from the gate and go from there, you know. But at the same, that happened almost last year with Montour when we lost about one run. Actually, what stinks is we lost 2-1 to York the year before. We lost 3-2 to Montour last year. And hopefully we can come out on top this year. But, yeah, close games like that, you know, hopefully we can for ourselves.
Okay, hopefully the weather cooperates tonight. Looking forward to seeing your Red Raiders back in action against the Laurel Highlands Mustangs out at Bailey Park. We'll see you out there.
Absolutely. Should be a fun one. Thanks again, buddy.
That's Uniontown head coach Kenny Musco. We'll take a look around Fayette County, let you know how some of the other local high school baseball and softball teams have fared so far this season. Getting you ready for Laurel Highlands, the Uniontown high school baseball action here on WMBS, the Tribal Live High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
Ready to start that spring project, that renovation, that addition? Are you struggling to find the right construction team that meets your needs? Are you looking for dedication, commitment, and quality? Well, then it's time to make the call to AK Contracting, voted last year's best home builder and best remodeler contractor in Fayette County. Owner Aaron Kryzak is ready to help you make your home renovation dreams a reality. Call AK Contracting today, 724-550-0411. Don't settle for OK. Call AK today. Your health is the most important thing to you. When you need physical therapy, find the best clinic to serve you. Movement Physiotherapy, now located off Route 40 on Pedro Drive, west of Uniontown, understands this and wants to help ease the stress. Tyler Gasick has over 10 years of experience helping people improve their health with physical therapy and is ready to help you. Tyler's from the Uniontown area and is committed to helping improve his community. To schedule your appointment, phone 724-912-PTPT or visit Movement Physiotherapy online at movementpp.com. When your car is damaged, the name to remember is Ted Silva & Son Body and Fender Repair. Currently in their 61st year of providing quality, reliable service to the community, Ted Silva & Son offers complete collision service, minor to major repairs, frame and unibody repairs, and glass installation. They'll gladly blueprint your vehicle for repair, and they'll work with your insurance company. With a paint booth that utilizes the environmentally friendly waterborne paint process, Ted Silva & Son not only cares for our community and our children, they care for our environment. Located on Atlas Road in Hopwood, it's the goal of Ted Silva & Son to alleviate the stress of an accident and assist you in any way possible. Take it from me, Matt Sapienza, an actual satisfied customer. Call 724-437-2351 for Ted Silva & Son Body and Fender Repair, LLC. Family owned and operated for 61 years. Always proud to support local high school sports.
I'm Bill Martin, and along with my partner Trip Radcliffe and Rob Harper, are attorneys at Radcliffe Martin Law. Our primary focus at Radcliffe Martin Law is representing people hurt in accidents. However, we handle workers' compensation claims, estate planning, real estate matters, and class actions. Radcliffe Martin Law is your hometown firm that offers conveniences not possible with Pittsburgh firms and provides better service than those firms. Radcliffe Martin Law, your local injury attorneys. 724-439-3930.
Donald M. Miller Incorporated has been providing quality service to Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Maryland, and Ohio since 1945. Their workforce is trained in all aspects of roofing installation, including asphalt shingles, standing seam metal, slate copper, and EPDM roofing. They also do gutter and other specialty metal installations. They do both residential and commercial projects of any size. Feel free to call their office at 724-438-8071 and speak with Donnie or Doug Miller about your roof project.
Prime Rose Night back here at the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. Both the high school baseball and the high school softball regular season winding down. In fact, for many teams, tonight's the last day for regular season conference games. Let's look around Fayette County and see how some of the local schools are faring as far as their playoff prospects go. The Connellsville Falcons playing up in Section 2 5A on the baseball side and are played today, tied for the fourth and final playoff spot in the conference with Peters Township. Both schools 4 and 5. They play each other head-to-head, so Connellsville win will send the Falcons into the postseason. Down in Section 2 4A, of course, the Uniontown Red Raiders locking up a playoff spot yesterday with a win over Laurel Highlands. Albert Gallatin fell to Ringgold. The Colonials knock off the Rams today. They will be in the WPIAL playoffs as well. Of course, Laurel Highlands missing out. The Mustangs 1-12 overall, 0-9 in conference play. Moving down to Section 4 and 3A, the Brownsville Falcons still winless on the season, 0-12 overall, 0-11 in conference play. They'll miss out on the playoffs, as will the Fraser Commodores. Fraser 4-9 overall, 2-6 in conference play. Fraser currently in last place in Section 1 in 2A. And the California Trojans also struggling this year as well. California 3-11 overall, 2-7 in conference play. It'll be a rare non-playoff season for California. On the softball side of things, some of the local schools have done a little bit better. In fact, Uniontown entered play last night, the number 4 team in 4A, but fell to top-seeded Elizabeth Forward by a score of 13-0. In fact, Elizabeth Forward no-hitting the Uniontown Lady Raiders in that game, locking up a share of first place in Section 2 with that win last night. But the Uniontown girls program still in great shape. In fact, they've clinched the WPIAL playoff spot, and the Laurel Highlands girls, they'll be in the WPIAL playoffs as well. Laurel Highlands actually had a win over Uniontown last week on the softball side. Enter play today, 5-6 overall, 5-5 in conference play. Currently in 4th place in Section 2 in 4A. The Albert Gallatin girls, they'll miss out on the playoffs. They're 1-11 overall, 1-10 in conference play. And for the Connellsville Lady Falcons, their girls softball team, actually in first place in Section 4 and 5A. They're 11-5 overall and 7-3 in conference play. Moving down now to 3A, the Brownsville Lady Falcons sitting at 3-8 overall, 2-6 in conference play. They're a game back of Seton LaSalle for the final playoff spot in Section 4 in 3A. One of the stronger programs year in and year out always seems to be the Fraser softball team, and no exception this year as well. Fraser 9-0 overall, 9-0 in conference play. The first place team in Section 3 in 1A. The California girls, they've struggled this year. They're 1-11 overall, 1-9 in conference play. Again, tonight, though, it's high school baseball on WMBS. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs at Uniontown taking on the Red Raiders from Bailey Park. We'll set the batting lineup for Laurel Highlands and the defense for Uniontown when the Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show continues right after this.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sprouse Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to Sprouseinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all
For
states.
farm fresh dairy products, stop in Jackson Farms Dairy Store, Route 40 at Briar Hill. Enjoy delicious hot deli items available Monday through Friday, eat in or take out. Jackson Farms Dairy Store features quality dairy products, the most delectable homemade ice cream you will ever eat, and now available at Jackson Farms is their own farmhouse cheddar cheese and cheese curds. Why not stop in Jackson Farms today?
Farm fresh milk, straight off the farm. Jackson Farms.
The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood is a veterans organization located in Fayette County since 1950. They are proud to advertise on WMBS sports programs and to contribute to the Veterans Hospital, local sports teams, and scouting organizations. The Catholic War Veterans will be holding a veterans breakfast coming up on May 18th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Veterans, police, first responders are invited to attend at no cost. A guest Goodwill donation will be accepted. Best of luck to all of our local teams from the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood. Spring forward to home construction season with First Federal of Greene County. First Federal's construction and improvement loans put you in charge of your dream home project with all of the tools you need. First Federal offers construction loans, owner-builder loans, and home improvement loans. With offices in Fayette, Greene, and Washington counties, your loan stays here. Visit a First Federal loan officer today or apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
Hi, I'm Russ Bleho. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life is something I take, well, personally. I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. From bundling your auto, home, and life insurance with ease to evaluating optional coverage based on your protection needs. I can build an insurance proposal that fits your life. Are you in good hands? Contact me, Russ Bleho, for a free quote.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Brian Rozak and Gary Frankhauser back here at Bailey Park. Laurel Highlands at Uniontown taking on the Red Raiders. Final conference game for both the Mustangs and Uniontown here tonight. Gary has the batting lineup for Laurel Highlands.
Thanks, Brian. The Mustangs coming in with a lot of pride on the line here tonight, and I'm sure they're going to give the Red Raiders a good game. And the batting lineup is as follows. Leading off for Laurel Highlands and catching number 18, Parker Hoff. Batting second, number 4, Nick Crouch. He plays right field. Number 17, Devin Kravosky, will be in the third spot. He's playing first base. Noah Lyon is on the mound for the Mustangs. He's in that fourth spot wearing number 2. He wears number 2. Number 13, Shane Layton, is at third base. Number 6, Nick Flesher, is a designated hitter in that 6th spot. In the 7th spot, number 23, Andrew Galick, he's playing second base. Number 25, Connor D'Amico, is in center field, batting 8th. And batting 9th, playing shortstop, number 5, Ethan Koffler.
And while you're at it, why don't you set the Uniontown defense?
Sure will. In left field, Braden Hinsey, big game for him yesterday for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Number 24, Cam Jackson in center field. Number 2, Luke Gresh is out in right field. Around the infield, number 99, Wyatt Nels is at third. Number 34, Tyler Gasper is playing shortstop. Number 10, Mason Kuhn at second base. Number 26, Tate Musco at first base. On the mound, Austin Grego, number 7. And behind the plate, number 1, Hunter Smiley.
And for Grego, his 9th appearance on the season, has a 1-2 record, 3.30 ERA. He's worked 23 1/3 innings, given up 25 hits, struck out. Actually, given up 25 hits, 18 runs, 11 of those runs earned. Struck out 29 and walked only 4 so far this season. So, Gary, much like Musco yesterday, a great strikeouts to walks ratio for Austin Grego.
We've seen that in all of the games that we've done here at Bailey Park and throughout the season for the Red Raiders. They've been dynamic in getting strikeouts, a lot of swing and misses, and even looking strikeouts. So, they'll be trying to do that again here this evening, and Austin Grego is a guy to get it done.
Our live video stream tonight, courtesy of attorney Dan White at Tremba, Kinney, Greiner, and Kerr, the Uniontown Printing Press, Don Miller Roofing, Jackson Farms Dairy Store, and Henry and Stewart Audiology. Also on the South Union Township Sports Network tonight. Brought to you there by United Bank, SWGI Specials, now U.S. Digestive Health, Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law, Smith Lewis Chess CPAs in Uniontown, South Union Township Supervisors Bob Schiff-Bauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott, the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes, and the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute. And Gary, you look right now at the Section 2 4A standings, tied at the top now between Greater Latrobe and Belle Vernon. Belle Vernon eked out a 4-3 win over Greater Latrobe in 12 innings last night at Graham Sabota Field. Uniontown, we mentioned, they've locked up a playoff spot, tied for third place in the conference with Ringgold. Both of those teams 4-5 in the conference. Albert Gallatin playing Ringgold today, at least scheduled to play Ringgold today. Colonial sit at 3-6. They need a win over the Rams to get into the postseason. And then Laurel Highlands sitting at 0-9.
Yeah, it's been a pretty big season for both Belle Vernon and Latrobe, and that was a huge win by Latrobe to by Belle Vernon to knock off Latrobe in that extra inning ball game. And you were saying 2 pitchers went over 100
Correct,
pitches
yes.
for Belle Vernon. So that's going to be interesting to see what happens to them the rest of the season. But they're going to both get pretty high seeds when it comes playoff time, and I'm sure they'll both be raring to go when it comes time for playoffs.
Yeah, they actually had a day off today. They had a scholarship banquet up in Westmoreland County, so they pushed back Game 2 of the series to tomorrow night. So after that long extra inning affair last night that got done just before 11 o'clock, They actually have the day off today, and then they'll go at it in Belle Vernon tomorrow for the final game of the series, which will determine who's going to win the conference.
Yeah, that's for sure. And Belle Vernon is always tough at their home field, and Latrobe will have their work cut out for them. But they've been playing well all year, and they have some very dynamic bats on that Latrobe team, and they could put up big numbers.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see how that one pans out tomorrow night between the Wildcats of Greater Latrobe and the Belle Vernon Leopards. The Uniontown Red Raiders and the home whites, maroon numbers, they're lined up down the third base line. The Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the away blues, red numbers, gray pants, a little bit of white trim. They're lined up down the first base line as the starting lineups get introduced to the crowd here at Bailey Park tonight. Again, Uniontown locking up a playoff spot yesterday with a win over Laurel Highlands. The Mustangs playing for pride. They'll have their senior day game coming up on Saturday against Blackhawk. Uniontown back in action on Thursday night here at Bailey Park, taking on Carmichael's. Both Uniontown and Laurel Highlands will have games next week at Brownsville. Laurel Highlands will play at Brownsville on Monday, May 6th. Uniontown will play down at Brownsville on Friday, May 10th. And there's a possibility, talking to Uniontown head coach Kenny Musco, the Red Raiders might add another game in next week as well. Uniontown doesn't actually have a game scheduled between the Carmichael's game on Thursday and the game against Brownsville a week from Friday. And, of course, Gary, the playoffs playoffs won't start until the following week, so they might want to try to get another game or two in there just to stay sharp. They've only played 12 so far this season. This is game 13. You'd have games 14 and 15 scheduled there. You can play up to 20, so they have a little wiggle room.
Well, that's for sure, and I'm not sure if it's permitted, but you may not want to play a game. You might want to just have like a scrimmage, something that's not governed with umpires or anything like that, with another squad, maybe to having more of a practice setting than a game setting, which you could lose and affect your seeding.
Yeah, well, the playoff seeding will come out on May 10th. You have to think the committee's probably going to meet at some point mid-next week with most of the conference games already done. They're going to pause here for the national anthem. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with the first pitch. Laurel Highlands taking on Uniontown from Bailey Park here on WMBS, the Tremba Live High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, and Facebook Live.
NovaCare Rehabilitation is now in Masontown. Using a personalized plan of care and one-on-one sessions, NovaCare gives you an advantage in rehabilitation. Dr. Haley Cruiser and our professional staff are certified to use industry-leading treatments, including LVST Big Therapy for Parkinson's disease, which increases mobility, improves balance, and decreases time necessary to complete tasks. These services supplement NovaCare's exceptional orthopedic, concussion, and vestibular dysfunction resources. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call our new Masontown office on Route 21 McClellantown Road at 724-491-5220.
Attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP wish the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and all of our local teams the best of luck this year. Watson Mundorf is a premier regional law firm whose experience and expertise empower it to not only be an advocate for its clients, but also provide them with exceptional service to exceed expectations. With offices in Uniontown and Connellsville, they are local and here to serve you. Call 724-626-8882 for attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim
You can
Witt.
go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or
Hi, come on in. How are you?
when you see doctors Paul Hartley and Mary Beth Riley, plus nurse practitioners Tara Bozek, Jessica Reckart, and Stacy Morris, you get one-on-one personal professional health care serving the area for over 3 decades. If you're looking for a primary care doctor, call Doctors Hartley and Riley at 724-437-1109 or online at ppcp.org. Or
Serving number 3,940.
At Uniontown Printing Press, they are more than T-shirts. They are about you and everything you love. And they are local. Operated by Mookie John and Kenny Musco, they share the passion with your group, club, or team, the excitement you have for your event or cause, and that makes your business stand out from the rest. Uniontown Printing Press believes that custom T-shirts do more than just make you look good. They help you feel good and inspire you to do good. Call Uniontown Printing Press at 724-366-7095. That's 724-366-7095. Are you down with UPC? Accidents can happen at any time. At Stewart Collision Service in Uniontown, we are here to repair your vehicle to pre-accident condition. Have dents? Stewart Collision Service does paintless dent repair. So give us a call at 724-437-9381 or stop by 73 East Fayette Street for all your collision needs. We work with all insurances. Stewart Collision supports our local high school sports team and wish you the best this season. That's Stewart Collision Service, 73 East Fayette Street in Uniontown, 724-437-9381.
Brian Rozak and Gary Frankhauser back here at Bailey Park in Uniontown, just about set to go. The Uniontown Red Raiders and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. I have to say hello, Gary, to the mayor of Uniontown, Bill Gerke, checking into our broadcast here tonight. He echoes our sentiments. What a great job by Joe Walcoast, the city of Uniontown, and the Uniontown School District getting this field playable after it really rained throughout much of the afternoon.
Absolutely, and it's just a beautiful setting here at Bailey Park. You got to love it down here in Uniontown. The view is unbelievable up to the mountains, and the sun is out. It's a great night for baseball. There's a lot of fans here participating in this activities. Senior night here for the Uniontown Red Raiders. It's just all around good night.
And Gary, you were telling me, going back to your youth, you actually played a lot of games here at Bailey as well.
Yeah, there was huge leagues down here, Little League, Midget League, Teener League. I mean, it was constant action down here, and it's good to see that it's being built back up, and it really brings back a lot of good memories.
Yeah, a lot of great things happening down here at Bailey Park. A lot of revitalization occurring here over the last couple of years. They actually reformed the Parks and Recreation Board. I think we're going to see continued improvements down here to Bailey Park over the next couple of years. Really good to see.
Absolutely, and not only baseball, but the basketball action down here was unbelievable back in the day. Tennis courts were full all the time, and as I said, it's just really great to see the revitalization going on.
And you have the rec center over there at South Union, actually in the city of Uniontown, but a great new rec center over the last year or so as well in the distance.
It's a community.
Correct, yep.
And you have the sheepskin trail just
correct,
going
yes,
right behind
we
left
all
field.
use all the time.
Yep.
So we're set to go. High school baseball on a Tuesday night. Laurel Highlands taking on Uniontown. Parker Hoff to lead things off for the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, the junior catcher, batting .382 with 2 RBIs, batting from the right side against the righty Austin Grego. So Grego, the look in, first pitch on the way, fastball, and that one nubbed on the right side. Musco unable to make a play on it, so a foul ball in the count. 0-1 to Parker Hoff. And Gary, again, we've talked about it. You look at Tate Musco, you look at Austin Grego, and you look at the strikeout to walks ratio both guys have had so far this year. They really give Uniontown a chance to win no matter who they're playing.
Without a doubt, and it's really very impressive. The strikeout to walk ratio is something you really don't see that impressive in high school baseball too often, so it's even that much more impressive that they have 2 pitchers with that kind of ability.
Grego missed on the 0-1, a little bit low to Parker Hoff to even up the count at 1-1, and now Grego's set to go again, just underway from Bailey Park. Laurel Highlands and Uniontown final conference game of the regular season. 1-1 pitch. Grego took a little bit off of it, but it finds the strike zone as the count moves to 1-2. Now Grego trying to make quick work of Parker Hoff, the Mustangs' leadoff hitter. And Grego will wind and fire the 1-2. Another fastball. This ball hit high in the air, deep infield. It'll be Gasper getting underneath of it. He makes the catch and actually got a little hug there from Cam Jackson.
That's a very well played fundamental situation. Cam Jackson coming in from center field normally would call off the shortstop, but that was so shallow that it was definitely a play for the shortstop. And that's a difficult situation because the sun is coming right behind the batter's box towards left field and the shortstop. They're shading their eyes with their gloves and hands, and got to give that a great play there for Gasper.
Yeah, Crouch now stepping in. First pitch from Grego to Crouch, called strike 0-1. And Gary, we saw the sun really played a factor yesterday in the game between Uniontown and Laurel Highlands.
Yeah, and that huge inning that Uniontown played at 8 runs in the 6th inning, they would have been out. Yes, I'm sorry, 7 runs in that inning alone.
Yep.
That they would have been out of the inning with no runs,
correct,
but for a fly ball that was not played by the Mustangs.
No, 1 pitch missed the low, evens up the count at 1-1. But that was actually a close game through much of the contest. In fact, Laurel Highlands led early. Final score ends up being 14-3, but it was nip and tuck most of the way. Now the 1-1 pitch on the way, and this ball well hit by Crouch in a right center field. And it'll bounce in between Cam Jackson and Luke Gresh. Jackson with a relay coming in, holding Crouch to a single. But the Mustangs doing something, Gary, they didn't do all day yesterday. They pick up a hit, yes.
First hit in 2 days, and that was a ringing shot out there to right center field, and just between the right fielder and left fielder, Jackson and Gresh. So Crouch getting things started for the Mustangs.
Now, the final was 14-3 yesterday, but the Mustangs scored 3 runs without a hit. Uniontown, a combined team no-hitter. Now, quit a throw over to first and barely back safely there was Crouch as Greg almost picked him off. But you had Tate Musco start the game for Uniontown yesterday, and then coming on in relief, both Tyler Gasper along with Caleb Bartok ended up being a team no-hitter for Uniontown against the Mustangs, even though the Red Raiders squandered 3 runs in the contest.
And Tate actually started the 7th inning.
Yes. Yeah, the Red Raiders up 11, used 3 pitchers in that bottom of the 7th inning against Laurel Highlands as Grego misses low and inside on the first pitch to Devin Kravoski. Kravoski, a bright spot for Laurel Highlands this year at the plate, senior first baseman today, batting .400 on the year with 9 RBIs, was a starting pitcher for Laurel Highlands yesterday against Uniontown. And count 1-0, Grego to Kravoski with Crouch on first and 1 out. And that pitch right down the pipe for a strike to even up the count at 1-1. Just underway from Bailey Park, Brian Morozak along with Gary Frankhauser, Billy Dice behind the camera, Nick Barczyk back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. Nice to have you along with us for a Tuesday night of high school baseball action here on WMBS, the Tribble Live High School Sports Network, the South Union Township Sports Network, and Facebook Live. Grego's 1-1 pitch on the way. Strike at the knees to Kravoski as the count moves to 1-2. Mustang faithful lined up, Gary, down the first baseline. Uniontown fans all around. 1-2 count now from Grego to Kravosky. Pitch on the way, another fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Grego, second out of this top half of the first inning. Now Noah Lyon coming to the plate. Sophomore pitcher has homered once, driven in 2 runs on the year, but the batting average, Gary, not where he wants it to be at this point of the season.
No, he's a really good athlete. We've seen him on the football field, and he's put together.
Trying to turn things around here with a little nubber going back to Grego. Should be a routine play over to Tate Musco at first to retire Lyon 1-3 for the third out of the inning. So the Mustangs strand Nick Crouch to the bottom of the first, and 90 seconds scoreless between Uniontown and Laurel Highlands here in the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Introducing Target Safety Solutions Division, LLC. Because Ted Silva Body and Fender Repair is concerned about our local community, Target Safety Solutions was born. Located beside the Ted Silva Body Shop at 94 Atlas Road in Uniontown, Target Safety Solutions specializes in vehicle calibrations after a vehicle is involved in a collision. Target Safety Solutions can perform vehicle alignments, state inspections, minor mechanical repairs, including brakes and suspension work, as well as tire replacement. Their alignment machine can accommodate lowered vehicles, dually trucks and box trucks. Vehicles are now made with many safety features in order to keep their occupants safe. That is the reason Target Safety Solutions originated. The new state-of-the-art facility is open from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. They are currently taking new customers and accepting commercial and fleet accounts as well. Nick Patricelli and Mike Thomas are ready to provide you with fast, friendly, professional service. Call Nick at Target Safety Solutions at 724-550-4403.
Moving to the bottom of the first, Uniontown coming to bat. Here's Gary with our lineup.
Leading off for the Red Raiders, number 10, Mason Kuhn. He plays second base. In the second spot, number 26, Tate Musco at first base. Batting third, number 24, Cam Jackson in center field. Batting cleanup, number 99, Wyatt Nels. He plays third base. Batting fifth, number 7, Austin Grego on the mound for the Red Raiders. In the DH spot, in the sixth in the order, number 69, Gary Smitley. In the 7th spot, number 34, Tyler Gasper playing shortstop. In the 8th spot, number 23, Braden Hinsey. He plays left field. And the catcher, number 1 in the 9th spot, Hunter Smiley. Hinsey had a big game there yesterday.
How about that Mustang defense?
Around the outfield for the Mustangs, in left field, Xander Call. In center field, Connor D'Amico. In right field, Nick Crouch. In the infield, Shane Layton's at third, Ethan Koffler at shortstop, Andrew Galick at second base, Devin Kravosky over at first base, Noah Lyon on the mound, pitching to Parker Hoff.
You mentioned the big game from Hinsey yesterday, went 3 for 3, ended up with 3 RBIs, 3 runs scored, had a double in the game, and one of those RBIs, a sac fly RBI back in the 4th inning. Really couldn't ask for a more productive day at the plate for the Red Raider freshman.
And especially in the 8th spot in the lineup.
And keep him in that position as well tonight. But sometimes, Gary, you need that productivity in the bottom portion of the lineup. How many times have we said, well, the top of the order is so strong, no matter if you're looking at Uniontown or another team, if you can get some guys that can hit the bat down in the lineup, it can turn around some innings.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what happened yesterday.
Now, Mason Kuhn to lead things off. Noah Lyon, the pitcher for Laurel Highlands tonight. Lyon, his 6th appearance of the season, 0-1 record. He's worked 16 innings and misses low on the first pitch here to Mason Kuhn. Giving up 19 hits, 16 runs, 11 of them earned. Struck out 16, walked 10 so far this season. ERA of 4.31. 1-0 pitch here to Kuhn, and Kuhn a line drive in a left center field. Actually bounce into the center fielder's mitt there, Connor D'Amico. And Connor with a quick relay coming in, but it's a leadoff single for Mason Kuhn, and Uniontown in business here in the bottom half of the first inning.
The ring of the bat on that one as it rocketed off the bat of Mason Kuhn into center field in a hurry. That had to be 100 miles an hour off the bat.
And now Tate Musco coming to the plate, the senior first baseman for Uniontown. batting .417, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs so far this season for Tate. He's done a great job both at the plate and on the mound for Uniontown so far this year. Was the winning pitcher yesterday, pitching 6 no-hit innings against Laurel Highlands. Takes the first pitch low here for ball 1.
Headed to Marietta College.
Yes. Tate at the plate yesterday was 1 for 3 with a double, couple of walks, and a run scored. Lefty against the righty, Noah Lyon. Lyon throw over to first, and back safely is Mason Kuhn. As we mentioned yesterday, these kids all know each other, Gary, pretty well. In fact, a lot of them play on the same Legion team together.
Yeah, and Coach Yeoman for the Mustangs actually coaches the Legion team.
Yes. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way. This ball sent over in our direction,
That was
Gary.
headed right at us.
Good thing that fence post extended down a little bit.
Yeah. I'd have had to make a tremendous grab.
Yes. Tony almost got taken out during the Uniontown Laurel Highlands game last year up at Laurel. We were outside, and a router and a laptop probably saved his life.
Nah,
you weren't there.
He'd have made that.
He didn't even see it coming. I didn't see it coming. It was a screamer. He'll tell you that. Another throw over to first. That's close.
Ooh, wow.
And Kuhn barely back. Tony will be with you on Thursday along with Josh Scully for the Uniontown Carmichael's game here from Bailey Park. 6:40 airtime, 7 o'clock first pitch. As of now, the final scheduled home game for Uniontown here at Bailey. And Musco with another rip here, this time to left center field. It'll drop in between Alexander Call and Connor D'Amico. Rounding third, he missed the third base bag. Kuhn missed the third base bag. Let's see if they call it. He slides into home safely. Musco down to third. If they appeal here, Gary, he clearly missed the third base bag.
I don't know if anybody saw it. We're not going to.
No, I'm not going to interfere, but he did not touch third base. But it is a run scored for now. Musco a triple.
Score that as double.
A double in the throw, yep.
And an RBI.
It's 10th of the season.
So I don't know if the umpire would have seen that.
No. We happen to be right on it. And nobody saw it. So Jackson will step in.
So 2 big hits to start the game for the Red Raiders. They're going to bring the infield in already for the Mustangs, knowing that tough to put runs on the board against the pitching staff for the Red Raiders.
Nobody out. Lions first pitch low there to Cam Jackson. 1-0 Jackson, a .242 average. RBI so far this season, senior center fielder for Uniontown. Now Lyon here out of the stretch. Clean look over at Musco. Fires another fastball, misses low to Jackson. Takes the count to 2-0. Laurel Highlands picking up 1 win so far this season last Thursday against McGuffey. Down here early 1-0. As Lyon finds the strike zone there on the 2-0 pitch to make it 2-1 to Cam Jackson. Jackson on base a couple of times yesterday against Laurel Highlands. A couple of walks, was hit by a pitch. Lions 2-1 here to Jackson, and Jackson fouls it off into the netting. Evens up the count at 2-2. Go ahead, Gary.
We're going to start calling him Smiling Cam.
Yep. And we had a good view of him yesterday down the first base line over at Laurel Highlands. Had a smile on his face every time he reached base. Even when he was hit by a pitch. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So Noah Lyon records the first out of this bottom half of the first inning, sitting down Cam Jackson. And now 1 away with Wyatt Nails coming to the plate. The senior third baseman batting .270 with a homer and 12 RBIs so far this season for Uniontown. Infield now backing up a little bit here for the Mustangs with an out recorded here in the inning. And Lyon taking his time. Parker Hoff gives the sign he wants. Deliver the first pitch low. Good block there from Hoff. Count 1-0.
He's really done a good job back there. We saw yesterday Parker Hoff. He's very good fundamental catcher.
Yes.
And, they were forced to put him back there because of the depletion of the squad at the beginning of the year. lost their catcher, and Parker had to step back there and assume that job.
And both of these teams have had to go through, unfortunately, some injuries this year. Uniontown losing Plume. Vecchiola out for the season for Laurel Highlands. That one hopping away from Hoff. Here comes Musco to the plate. They'll slide into home safely to increase the Uniontown lead to 2-0.
And we got back to the backstop. It just kind of got stuck back there. Hoff unable to grab it out of there to get it to Noah Lyon for a potential tag. But that'll be the second run, as you said, Brian. And
you look at how shorthanded this Laurel Highlands team is, Gary. You have a couple of guys sitting around the side of the fence, but you look at the dugout.
And we have
Mustangs in the field, it's pretty much empty.
15 dressed, I believe.
And not many available substitutions. That ball grounded foul by Wyatt Nails. Takes the count to 2-1. That's certainly limited available substitutions on the Laurel Highlands side. Hopefully they can get those numbers back for 2025.
I think that's quite possible. We got some kids coming up from the junior high level.
Nails, big time cut there, came up empty. Evens up the count at 2-2. So there's one out here in the inning, 2 runs already across. Tate Musco driving in Mason Kuhn, and then Musco, after a ball got past the catcher Parker Hoff, able to score from third. 2-2 pitch missed high. We're full of 3-2 now. From Lyon to Nails. Nails batting from the cleanup position in this Uniontown order. Playing third base here today. Nails yesterday 1 for 4 with a double and a walk against Laurel Highlands. 3-2 pitch on the way, and Nails with a rip there. Look out, deep to left center field, and that ball will clear the wall, and it's gone. Second home run of the season for Wyatt Nails. Increases the Uniontown lead to 3-0. And Gary, there was no doubt about that one.
Absolutely, that was a deep smash well over the left field fence. That had no doubt about it from the time it left the bat.
So Wyatt Nails giving the Red Raiders their third run of this bottom half of the first inning with a humdinger there. And Uniontown sitting pretty up 3-0 with just 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. And now the Mustangs must regroup a little bit here, Gary, defensively.
No doubt about it. And, Lyon throws strikes. That's what he's trying to do. But the Red Raiders just put the bat on the ball.
And you have guys like Musco and Nails popping their bat. Nails showing it again there. And the Red Raiders up 3-0 now with Austin Grego coming to the plate. The 5th Red Raider to bat here in the bottom of the first. He'll swing and miss the first pitch from Lyon, 0-1. Grego coming in with a .379 average and 4 runs driven in. Senior pitcher for this Uniontown program. Now the 0-1 on the way. That one low and in the dirt. Evens up the count at 1-1.
Lyon just a sophomore, so he's definitely going to have a good future in front of him the next couple years.
Both playing baseball and also on the gridiron as well. 1-1 pitch. That one misses high. Takes the count to 2-1. Yeah, the Mustangs back in action Saturday against Blackhawk. Uniontown here at Bailey on Thursday against Carmichaels. I have the game for you Thursday here on WMBS. Grego fouling off that pitch to even up the count at 2-2. And airtime 6:40 Thursday night. First pitch set for 7 o'clock with Josh and Tony on the call. 2-2 now on the way, and that one misses low there to Grego. We go full of 3-2. Also have the Uniontown City Council meeting for you on Thursday night on the WMBS Facebook page at 5 o'clock. Now the payoff pitch here, Lyon to Grego with 1 out here in the bottom of the first. And Lyon will line and fire. Misses high and inside to Grego for ball 4. So the Red Raiders with another base runner. Kind of a lot what we saw, Gary, late yesterday in this game as well.
Just 1 out.
Yes. Mustangs struggling to record outs. Now Gary Smitley coming to the plate. the junior designated hitter, coming in with a 300 average and an RBI for the Red Raiders. We'll get a courtesy run. Actually, yes, a courtesy runner here as Ethan White will run for the pitcher Grego. White ran a lot yesterday and ran well for Uniontown.
Smitley had a clutch hit yesterday also for the Red Raiders.
He's had a couple of those this year, average of 300 with 1 RBI. Smitley came in with a single to right field in the 7th inning. Actually didn't start yesterday. That hits likely got him in the starting 9 here today, and a little nubber going foul on the right side. Takes the count to 0-1. And Mason Kuhn led off the inning with a single. Tate Musco double, drove in Kuhn. A wild pitch allowed Musco to score, and then Wyatt nails a solo home run to left center field, made it 3-0. Austin Grego now with a walk on first base, and Gary Smitley at the plate with still 1 out here in the inning. And a count 0-1 from Lyon to Smitley. Noah's 0-1 pitch, fastball in there for a strike, 0-2. And Gary, they have brand new turf now down at the Hark Little League field on the South Union Township Sports Network tomorrow night. Josh Scully and Billy Dice are going to have some Little League action for you.
That's always fun. Those kids really put a lot of effort into it. It's very exciting for them, and especially now with the new turf infield, that's something to remember.
I believe tomorrow's the debut, Billy, right, of the new turf? Billy said they played yesterday, but still. We'll have those games on the South Union Township Sports Network tomorrow night, and games throughout the spring and early summer as well. And Smitley, a foul tip there. Sending it back.
Hanging in there.
Count still at 0-2.
Lyon tried to get that second out.
Mentioned the Uniontown and Laurel Highlands softball teams having good seasons. Uniontown's locked up a playoff spot. I think the Mustangs just about there as well. Good to see. And Laurel Highlands actually had a 10-0 win over Uniontown last week. And Uniontown came in the 4th-ranked team in 4A. Pitch was inside, throw down to second, and dead to rights there is Ethan White. Great throw from Parker Hoff, catching White, trying to steal second.
You're right about that. That was an excellent throw, and not an easy play there by Parker Hoff, as that ball was high and inside. He had to come to his left to gather the ball first and then make the strong throw down to second baseman Gaelic for the Mustangs.
A much needed second out of the inning. Now the count 1-2 here. Lyon to Smitley as Smitley steps out.
Already 24 pitches in the inning.
Lyon still working from that stretch position, even with the bases empty. 1-2 pitch to Smitley, and Smitley sends it on the ground to short. Koffler there, throw over to first in time to Devin Kravosky to retire Smitley 6-3. But Uniontown getting 3 runs here in the bottom of the first inning, and a 3-0 lead over Laurel Highlands here on the CR Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Traver Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sproulsinsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. Uniontown Detailing has moved to a new location on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Stop by and check them out today. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
Welcome back for the top half of the second inning. Due up for the Mustangs, Shane Layton, the designated hitter Nick Flesher, and Andrew Galick.
They'll try to get the bats going, Gary.
To face Austin Grego, now down 3-0.
Did have that single from Nick Crouch back in the first inning. But Grego striking out Kravosky, getting a ground out from Noah Lyon, and Parker Hoff started off the inning with a pop fly that was caught by Tyler Gasper.
Nicely
deep
played.
in the infield, yeah. There we go at the top of the second, Gary.
Here's the pitch. Foul back by Layton. Just 13 pitches in the first inning for Austin Grego.
Layton comes into the game, senior batting 162 with an RBI, playing third base here today. Actually saw some time on the mound yesterday in relief for Laurel Highlands against Uniontown.
Here's the 0-1. And a rip to shortstop right over his head. And through the legs of the left fielder. So Layton will at least get to second base, and he will be in there standing up with the leadoff single and error moving him to second base. So that was a shot by Shane Layton.
It got through Hinsey out there and left, went all the way back to the wall, allowing Layton to get down to second. And just what Laurel Highlands needed here, Gary, with Layton getting into scoring position. Nobody out here in the top of the second inning as they try to crawl back into this game down 3-0.
That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Nick Flesher.
Flesher batting .250. 4 RBIs for the Mustang Junior so far this year.
Man in scoring position, something Mustangs need to take advantage of. From the stretch now, Grego. Ball a little low that time.
Yeah,
Didn't miss by much.
Nails in at third and Musco in at first here for Uniontown.
Looking for the bunt, but did not show bunt on the first pitch, so.
Not like yesterday when the first 9 Mustangs came to the plate, all showed bunt initially against Tate Musco.
1-0 pitch. Breaking pitch in there for a strike at the knees.
Grego won't get too rattled, Gary. He's a pretty heady kid.
Absolutely. That's why I said in the pregame, I think the Red Raiders are going to be a tough out for anybody in the playoffs, regardless of their seeding.
Yeah, you look at the last 2 years as well, 2 one-run losses back in both 2022 and 2023.
1-1 pitch, fouled off the right side, just a late swing ground ball on the right side foul.
You go back 2 years ago in that playoff game against Knock, came close to a walk-off winner, ruled just foul, and then last year losing 3-2 to Montour. W&J, I mean, 2 games that Uniontown could have easily won, again, looking for their first playoff win since 1983.
You know they're going to get good pitching.
Yep.
1-2's the count, nobody out, runner on at second, strike 3 called on the outside corner, so big strikeout there for Austin Grego, gets the first out of the inning.
Yeah, they're not a team I'd want to draw.
Right.
In the postseason. Just because of the pitching. It gives them an opportunity to really beat, I think, no matter whoever they're going to end up facing.
So Grego now to face Galick with 1 out. Layton still out there at second base. Here's the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. So Grego finding the strike zone here in the top half of the second.
I think one of the
3-0 lead.
I think one of the more dangerous teams outside of Uniontown's conference is Thomas Jefferson. They're a team I don't think I'd want to play. And the Mustangs actually saw TJ earlier on this year as well. I mean, they're a team that I think can make a run to the state finals.
There's a pitch and a ground ball to first base. That's going to stay foul. Just barely foul, about a foot outside of first base on that 0-2 connection by Galick.
Certainly a lot of depth, though, in 4A, 4 conferences. You'll have at least 16 playoff teams.
That'll be a extravaganza for about a month. (0-2) still the count. Grego to Gaelic. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So back-to-back strikeouts. Grego's trying to strand Layton with the leadoff single out there at second base.
Yeah, historically, if things go as they have in past years, you'll have the first round, any preliminary round and first round playoff games played the week of May 13th. And then the week of May 20th, you'll have the quarterfinal round games and the semifinal round games played on back-to-back days, so teams can't use the same pitcher.
Grego to D'Amico. Fouls that first one back to the screen for strike 1.
And then the championship games will be played at Wild Things Field at Tuesday and Wednesday after Memorial Day. So they'll space them out a little bit.
It's a fun place to go. We went down there a few years ago when Brownsville was in the finals.
I was down there last year for California in the finals. And California, surprisingly, they're going to miss out on the postseason after playing in a WPIAL championship game last year. Very surprised to see that.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. And there's a rip into center field, and that's to Jackson. But with 2 outs, he's able to go to his left and grab that for the final out. So the Mustangs strand a runner at second, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. Uniontown on top, 3-0 on the C. Harper Sports Night here on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Brewston Chiropractic Studio is the new chiropractic office in town. Located inside Spin Unlimited, just behind the Texas Roadhouse, Dr. Stephen Lint and Dr. Brooke Sova are well-versed in the latest chiropractic and soft tissue techniques to help you get out of pain and functioning at your best. Call 724-912-6505 or go online at www.brewstonwellness.com for more information or to schedule your appointment.
At the Davis & Davis Law Firm, we understand that facing legal challenges can be overwhelming. That's why we are here to guide you along the way. This is attorney Michael Mays, and at Davis & Davis Law Firm, we have over 45 years of experience, and our team is dedicated to fighting for your rights and making sure you can maximize the amount of money that you deserve. If you are hurt, injured, or need help with workers' compensation, call us today for your free consultation at 724-437-2799. The Davis & Davis Law Firm, you won't pay us anything until we win your case.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Back for the bottom half of the second inning. Red Raiders bottom 3 in the lineup, but an effective bottom 3, Gasper, Hinsey, and Smiley, with a 3-0 lead to face Noah Lyon. Good fastball by Lyon, fouled back by Gasper.
Imagine Hinsey 3 for 3 yesterday with a double, 3 RBIs, 3 runs scored. Very effective at the plate against Laurel Highlands. That's Gasper leading off the inning, though, Gary.
That's right.
Hinsey behind him.
Gasper, Hinsey, and Smiley. Just misses inside. 1-1 now to Tyler Gasper. Coach must go down here at third. Coach Edenfield over there at first base for the Uniontown Red Raiders. And there's a fastball, drills him right between the numbers as he turned away. Right between the 3 and the 4, so hit batsman gets the Red Raiders started here in the bottom of the second.
Teddy's all right.
He was
a pretty good shot, though.
Yeah, he took it right in the middle of the back.
Might have a little welt there after the game.
Badge of honor.
Yes. He's on the first base bag, and now Hinsey looking to continue his hot play from yesterday.
Hinsey to be followed by Smiley. And Lyon still will have to work from the 1-0 count. 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 1-0 count stretch, but the Mustang pitchers seem to all work from the stretch exclusively. There's a ground ball to third. Layton up with it on to second for one, on to first. Too late over there, but a good play by Shane Layton down here at third.
We'll take the fielder's choice.
Well, they call them both out. Oh, he didn't slide, so he's automatically out. So that could have been a double play, though, for interference.
Correct, yeah.
But they're leaving him at first. Now what are they going to do? They're going to call him out. I think they're going to make it a double play. Nice play by Shane Layton to grab that hot grounder down to third.
I wouldn't have been that close, though, Gary, over at first.
No, it would not have, but still, you got to slide.
Yep.
Is he?
He's still on the bag, but they're going to say 2 down.
Nope. What are they going to do? He's out. There he is.
Yep.
So that's the call, and that's going to go down as a 5-4 umpire double play.
5-4-U.
Yeah.
That's something you don't see every day.
Interference.
And again, I don't think that really interfered with the play, but as you said, it's the rule. Yeah, I got you.
There's a little looper into left field coming on and unable to make the grab, diving. There was call. First pitch hitting was Smiley for the single. So they got the runner back on first base after 2 outs now. And that's going to bring up Mason Kuhn, the top of the lineup for Uniontown. So first pitch hitting, aggressive at bats for the Red Raiders. And Kuhn will come up as he ripped one his first time up. Came around to score the first run for Uniontown as they lead 3-0 here in the bottom half of the second from downtown Uniontown, Bailey Park.
You get these guys at the top of the order up, Gary. Could be trouble again.
Breaking pitch just outside.
Uniontown with 3 hits in that bottom of the first inning.
Capped by that home run by Wyatt Nels.
Correct.
A deep blast to left field.
4 hits now for the game after the single from Smiley here in the second.
There's a breaking pitch, swing and a miss for strike one. Nice pitch there by Lyon. Trying to keep the Red Raiders off the board here in the bottom half of the second. 1-1 pitch, and he hits another one.
Wow.
That was Kuhn that took that one in the back.
You can hear that from up here.
So that's going to bring up Tate Musco now with 2 runners on. 2 hit batsmen in the inning.
I know it was a little wild yesterday in the field from time to time, Gary. And
yeah.
Hitting both Gasper and Kuhn here in the second inning.
And that ball's not coming in there slowly.
No, it's not. He brings a lot of heat. You're talking about good fastballs. I was really disappointed to hear that Plume was going to be unable to pitch this year on the Uniontown side just due to an off-season injury. You looked at his fastball even when he was younger, when he was able to bring forth, and unfortunately Garrett had to miss the entire spring season.
He was always in the high 80s, low 90s. Kuhn.
Oh, another one hit.
Oh, wow. That's 3 batters hit now.
And that hit Musco.
That hit Musco. So, wow. 3 batters hit in the inning. And I know in Little League, if that would occur, he'd be automatically removed.
Yes.
But
that might have caught his right arm a little bit there, Gary.
Yeah, he's taken some beating in the last couple of games.
You're right on that. Back here to last Tuesday. Took a couple of shots. It was all right, pitched yesterday. This was a non-throwing arm. If there's any good news about it. We're going to load up the bases now.
For Cam Jackson. He struck out in the first inning, but control problems for Lyon with 3 batters hit.
You had the odd double play in this half inning too. The 5-4-U. And a little bit of everything. Now the base is juiced here for Cam Jackson.
Cam might lean into one. Take one for the team here.
He'd still have a smile on his face, right?
That's high and inside, so almost got him.
Take another one for the team, right?
Ball one, yeah. From the stretch, 1-0 pitch to Cam Jackson. Just misses outside. Wow. Doesn't get the call there. Our vantage point is not the greatest for seeing balls and strikes, but must have been just outside.
Look over, no throw.
Well, tried to sneak in behind Musco over there at first base. 2-0. Nowhere to put him. There's a strike down the middle. Jackson was taking. Line trying to stem the tide here. Keep it at a 3-0 game. Here's the 2-1. That's strike two on the outside corner. 2-2 now. Bases loaded. Lyon from the stretch. Strike three. Ooh, wow.
Didn't get it.
I had to call up here, and he didn't get it. It was outside.
Now we're
like
full
I said,
3-2.
We can't really see from up here. I shouldn't do that.
Got to be really confident from our vantage point.
Look good. 3-2 pitch now. Runners can take off, and that's in the dirt, and that's going to be a ball four walk RBI to make it 4-0 for the Red Raiders as Jackson looked at that one in the dirt, and that's going to score Smiley with the fourth run for the Red Raiders and still have the bases loaded now with 2 outs to bring up Nels, who blasted one over to the left field fence his last time up.
The game already starting to get away from the Mustangs at 4-0. The home run here would really blow it open.
Wow. That's breaking pitch outside and low for ball one.
Say hello to our buddy Ed Walensky from Sandy Howe Notary Services watching tonight as well.
1-0 pitch. That's high and inside. 2-0.
You're his favorite announcer, Gary.
Yeah, well, Ed's a good guy. Two-0 pitch. Bases loaded. 1 run in the inning. 4-0. And there's a ground ball to short. Koffler up with it on the first. And they limit it to 1 run. So slightly a victory for the Mustangs. But we'll go to the top half of the third inning with Uniontown on top 4-0 here on the C. Harper Sports Night on WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill in Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
For farm fresh dairy products, stop in Jackson Farms Dairy Store, Route 40 at Briar Hill. Enjoy delicious hot deli items available Monday through Friday, eat in or take out. Jackson Farms Dairy Store features quality dairy products, the most homemade ice cream you will ever eat, and now available at Jackson Farms is their own farmhouse cheddar cheese and cheese curds. Why not stop in Jackson Farms today?
Farm fresh milk, straight off the farm. Jackson Farms.
Ethan Koffler, Parker Hoff, and Nick Crouch due up for the Mustangs here in the top half of the third. Uniontown leading Laurel Highlands by a score of 4-0. Hitters 9-1-2 for the Mustangs. Austin Grego starting his third inning of work on the mound for Uniontown. So far, Grego giving up 2 hits, one to Nick Crouch in the first inning and one to Shane Layton in the second inning. But no damage done, Gary.
That's for sure. The Mustangs have unable to get the clutch hits that they need to try to limit or get back in this game, I guess. 4-0 here in the second inning. As we said earlier, they're kind of fortunate that there were not more runs in that last inning with the bases loaded. 3 men got hit by pitches.
So the Mustangs trying to keep themselves in this one. Looking for their second win of the season. But down 4 here as we start the top half of the third. A little delay. Not sure if we have an extra ball on the field or what's going on. You have...
Yeah, they don't have a protector down there for the guy warming up. Required. They don't have enough players. I don't know who they're going to send down there.
Jack Johns,
yeah,
a lefty throwing down the first base line.
There they got somebody now.
For Laurel Highlands. I'll bring out Brody Kutchman.
You get the little kids over there passing, ball on the field again.
And now we'll get this top of the third underway. And Grego, deep breath. He's set to go. Ready for the first pitch here to Ethan Koffler. It's on the way, and a swing and a miss from Ethan. He's behind 0-1. Ethan, 3 RBIs so far this season. Senior shortstop batting .115.
Had a nice season on the basketball
court. Yes, he
did.
I think he was the Mustangs' leading scorer. 0-1 pitch in there for a strike, 0-2. Our Highlands basketball team actually talking to John Smith today. They're going to have a golf scramble coming up at Uniontown Country Club first Friday in June. John Smith tells me there's still spaces available for it. Contact him if you'd like to register. And there's a called strike 3 on Ethan Koffler. 4th strikeout for Grego.
2 looking.
Yep. And 1 out here in the top half of the third inning. And now the top of the order as they flip it back around for Parker Hoff. A junior catcher batting .382 with 2 runs driven in. Popped up. First time up to Tyler Gasper, a Red Raider shortstop.
They bring the bullpen in. They got to hold things up till everyone gets in the dugout.
Now Hoff set to go. And Grego will wind and fire the first pitch here to Parker. Parker swing, get a miss. He's behind 0-1. Parker yesterday against Uniontown batted in the number 2 position, walked and scored a run in the first inning, got on via an error in the third, and then popped up in the 6th. He'll take a pitch here for a ball to even up the count at 1-1. Things cooling down a little bit, not as warm as it was yesterday, Gary. We kind of baked inside that Mustang press box.
We have air conditioning here.
Yes,
so
during the heat of the day. We were both kind of feeling the effects last night as well. 1-1 pitch on the way. That one fouled off by Parker Hoff. Takes the count to 1-2.
And that takes some acclimation, no doubt about it.
Yep. That was a long one yesterday, too, around 3 hours and 15 minutes. I think our air time was about 3 hours and 30 minutes, going back and looking at the archive of that game last night.
Had to affect the players, too.
Yeah, I agree, out on the field. And now Grego with the count at 1-2 here to Parker Hoff. Oh, check swing pulled back. Did it clip him?
Yeah, I think it did.
It did hit him.
So he was pleading his case.
Yep. So Hoff hit by a pitch. He gets on with 1 out here in the top of the third. Now Nick Crouch, who had the first Mustang hit of the night, comes to the plate. Singled back in the first inning. Our live video stream, courtesy of attorney Dan White at Tremba, Kinney, Greiner, and Kerr. The Uniontown Printing Press, Don Miller Roofing, Jackson Farms Dairy Store, and Henry and Stewart Audiology.
So on at first is Parker Hoff, and as we said yesterday, he's put together guy, and he's has some good speed.
Crouch swing and a miss, strike 1. Only a freshman. Came in with a .231 average, 4 runs driven in. We mentioned he singled back in the first inning. Hoff likes to run for himself. You won't see many times a courtesy runner coming on for Parker, even as the Mustang catcher. Next pitch on the way to Crouch. Misses low. Throw back down to first. And Hoff back safely. Count at 1-1. Get one out here in the inning, but Uniontown a 4-0 lead over Laurel Highlands.
Pretty good snap throw down there
Yes,
at the
it
first
was.
by Smiley. Right on the bag.
Brian Morozak with Gary Frankhauser. Billy Dice behind the camera on our Facebook Live video feed. Nick Barczyk back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law studios. Now the 1-1 pitch here to Crouch. A swing and a miss, strike 2, runner going.
No throw.
No throw. Was it foul tipped? No.
No, I don't think. Just dropped. Smiley dropped it as it got into his mitt and wasn't able to make a throw, so that puts Hoff into scoring position with just one out.
I count 1-2 now on Nick Crouch. Brad Yeoman coaching third, Mustang head coach, his third year. The first time the Mustangs won't be in the playoffs since 2017. This pitch on the way to Nick, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 3.
Well, change of pace that time by Grego. Just kind of changed speeds on that one. Went away from the heat, and Crouch was way out in front.
5th strikeout of the game for Grego. Now 2 outs here in the inning. Lead still at 4-0. With Devin Kravosky coming to the plate. Devin, one of Austin's strikeout victims back in the first inning. Batting from the left side against the righty Grego. Grego looked back at second. First pitch here to Devin, low and in the dirt, hops away again from Smiley, and down to third goes Parker Hoff.
So 90 feet away from the first run for the Mustangs, and Kravosky needs to see if he can drive one in. Again, an opportunity for a clutch hit that the Mustangs have been snake bit all year.
Mustangs have had a base runner in every inning so far. Have come up empty. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Looking to send one around. 1-0 pitch to Kravosky. This one's fouled back. Like he landed up on the, actually deflected back off the netting.
That new netting that was put up this year, we talked about that earlier in the year. That saves a lot of balls from getting out of play and going up into the woods behind first base and onto the softball field behind the press box.
It saves some damage to some cars, too, depending on where they deflect to. Concession stand open tonight, Gary. So you had a hot dog before the game?
Absolutely. Can't come to a baseball game and not have a hot dog. That's un-American.
I'm sure you'd rate the hot dog pretty highly here. I know Steve always likes to rate them at the different venues. 1-1 pitch on the way. Called strike 1 and 2.
It's pretty good.
And now the Red Raiders trying to get out of another inning. About the Mustangs scoring a run. Hop down at third. 2 strikes on Devin Kravosky. Counts 1 and 2. And Grego will wind and fire that 1-2 pitch. It's a fastball, and it just missed.
Ooh. Thought he had it.
Another close one from our vantage points. So the count now moves to 2 and 2.
And Coach LaPresta, I'm sure he emphasizes the fundamentals for the pitchers. Work fast, throw strikes, and change speeds.
Yes.
And that's exactly what Grego's doing.
Now wind and fire the 2-2 here to Kravosky. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Probably chased there.
So back-to-back strikeouts from Austin Grego to end the inning. Grego now 6 strikeouts so far here tonight. It'll move to the bottom of the third inning. Uniontown still leading Laurel Highlands 4-0 here on the C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night.
Ready to start that spring project, that renovation, that addition? Are you struggling to find the right construction team that meets your needs? Are you looking for dedication, commitment, and quality? Well, then it's time to make the call to AK Contracting. Voted last year's best home builder and best remodeler contractor in Fayette County. Owner Aaron Kryzak is ready to help you make your home renovation dreams a reality. Call AK Contracting today, 724-550-0411. Don't settle for OK. Call AK today.
Good times and good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown, family owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potters on Facebook. We'll see you at Potters.
The Sea Harbor Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive Sea Harbor Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
Back here at Bailey Park, moving to the bottom of the third inning, the Uniontown Red Raiders a 4-0 lead over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs. Uniontown with hitters 5, 6, and 7 due up here in the bottom half of the third. Austin Grego, Gary Smitley, and Tyler Gaspers, they make their way through the lineup for the second time here tonight. Red Raiders clinching a playoff spot yesterday with a win over Laurel Highlands, playing for playoff positioning and seeding here tonight. Again, they'll have at least 2 non-conference games before the playoffs get underway. Thursday against Carmichael's. We'll have that game for you here on WMBS at 7 o'clock with Josh Scully and Tony Hanula on the call. And then the Red Raiders a scheduled game on May 10th against Brownsville. That game at Redstone Field. 64 degrees right now. Don't expect any rain the rest of the night. Noah Lyon still on the hill here for Laurel Highlands. First pitch to Austin Grego off the plate, 1-0. Lyon had some struggles in that second inning. In fact, he hit 3 Uniontown batters, Gasper, Kuhn, and Musco. Red Raiders, though, left the bases loaded to end the inning and only came up with 1 run. 1-0 pitch, and therefore a strike as Lyon took a little bit off that pitch as the count moves even now to 1-1.
20 degrees different from yesterday.
Yes. It was 84 outside. It felt like maybe 104 in the press box from time to time. And Grego with a line drive there, and he caught the right fielder. Crouch kind of going the other way. So drops in for a Red Raider hit. Second time Grego's been on base in this game after he walked back in the first inning. And he starts this bottom half of the third off with a single to right, and Uniontown in business again with a 4-0 lead. They'll get another courtesy runner here for the pitcher as Ethan White on to run again. And now
bring up Smitley,
yep,
who grounded to short his last time up.
He's retired 6-3.
And that first inning.
He'll look down the first baseline. Head coach Kenny Musco.
I don't think you'll see Smitley bunting.
No, I don't think so. He'll send it away. Pitch in there for a strike. Now, is he related to Ray, who coached out at Penn State Fayette for so many years?
Yes.
Yep. A long-time coach out there. The Roaring Lions baseball program. Now he is showing bunt, Gary.
Wow.
Missed it that time. Throw back towards first. And back safely there was White.
The element of surprise.
Caught you off guard, caught me off guard.
Now he has 2 strikes. We saw that yesterday, though, with the Mustangs.
Yeah.
Bunting with 2 strikes.
They bunted with 2 strikes, and that didn't work out well.
That's not going to happen here.
Count 0-2, nobody out. Runner on first. Uniontown up 4-0 over Laurel Highlands. 0-2 pitch from Lyon. Called strike 3. Smitley kind of leaned away from it, but the pitch was over the plate.
Yeah, breaking pitch caught the inside corner. So nice comeback pitch there by Noah Lyon.
Just his second strikeout of the night. 1 away here in the bottom half of the third inning. Now Tyler Gasper coming to the plate. Gasper was hit by a pitch last time up. From the stretch line, and Gasper swing and a miss behind 0-1.
Ended up being involved in that interference mess in the second inning.
Throw over to first and back safely again is White. Kenny barking some signals out over to Ethan White over at first. Now Lions 0-1 here to Gasper. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So Tyler behind 0-2.
Noah's been effective when he's been in the zone. A couple times grooving the ball, but the Red Raiders know how to put the bat on the ball, and there's strike 3.
Swing and a miss, and down goes Tyler Gasper. So back-to-back strikeouts for Noah Lyon and 2 away here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Uniontown still up 4-0, and now Braden Hinsey coming to the plate. And Hinsey hit into that odd 5-4U double play that was called for interference. Actually, Gasper called for the interference. And Hinsey rolled out at first. Another throwback there. Whitehead first, slide back safely. And the playoff pairings will come out for baseball on May 10th. Softball playoff pairings come out May 9th. I'll try to bring you some postseason games as well here on WMBS. And Hinsey, a little chopper going foul down the third baseline.
Barely foul.
And like football and basketball that we endured this past fall and winter, Gary, with the new rules in effect, we have to get permission to do those games, at least video-wise. So no automatic guarantees like in the past, but we'll do everything we can and get some postseason baseball and possibly some softball games on the air for you as well. Count 0-1 here, Lyon to Hinsey. Another throw back over to first, and White back safely.
I know the fans and the parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts, nephews, nieces, cousins, they all like to tune in and see and hear these games.
Yeah,
so
we appreciate it as well.
Absolutely. It's been fun.
1-2 on the way. Now check that, the 0-1 missed low and outside, counting even at 1-1. Of course, one of the things we pride ourselves on is having broadcasts that are free for the public to watch. We don't put our games behind paywalls, and we're going to strive and continue to do that with all of our broadcasts. 1-1 pitch on the way. Hinsey swing and a miss. Now we're at 1-2.
And the sponsors really like it, too.
Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, the WPIAL's kind of gone to a different model of putting a lot of their broadcasts behind paywalls, unfortunately, but we will try to do everything we can to keep our games free of charge to you. And Hinsey with a line drive. Diving stop there. Koffler with a little flip to second in time to retire Austin Grego. Great play there from Ethan Koffler. Getting it over to Gallick. Goes 6-4 as the Mustangs get out of the inning defensively with no damage done. So we've played 3 here at Bailey Park. It's 4-0. Uniontown over Laurel Highlands here on the CR Piranha Group High School Sports Night.
NovaCare Rehabilitation is now in Masontown. Using a personalized plan of care and one-on-one sessions, NovaCare gives you an advantage in rehabilitation. Dr. Haley Cruiser and our professional staff are certified to use industry-leading treatments, including LVST Big Therapy for Parkinson's disease, which increases mobility, improves balance, and decreases time necessary to complete tasks. These services supplement NovaCare's exceptional orthopedic, concussion, and vestibular dysfunction resources. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call our new Masontown office on Route 21 McClellantown Road at 724-491-5220.
Go to Ford of Uniontown and trade me in. John Clinton with Dominic Carbone from your 7-time President Award-winning Ford of Uniontown. Dom, you know we had our best used car month ever. How do we keep that rolling into the spring?
Well, John, we have over 70 vehicles online and ready to roll. Cars, trucks, SUVs, we got them. Most are Blue Advantage certified with factory warranty. Just stop, click, or call for more details. Hey, John, is Ford still offering 1.9% for 72 months on 23 F-150s?
Dom, in fact, they are. So for the remainder of the month, we're taking up to $7,000 off MSRP or up to $5,000 off and 1.9% financing for 72 months. And listen to this. We have a ton of 2024 F-150s sitting in the lot, so we're take up to $5,000 off MSRP, or how about this, 4.49% APR for 60 months.
Looking for a new SUV? Well, you are in luck. We have a great selection in stock and price to move, so don't miss out.
Your car knows, shouldn't you? That's 40 Uniontown, on the hill across from Applebee's, or 40uniontown.com. Sale excludes Tremor and Raptor. Price includes all factory incentives. Must finance with Ford Motor Credit, and not all buyers will qualify.
Back for the top half of the 4th inning, due up for the Mustangs. Noah Lyon, Shane Layton, and Nick Flesher. Noah grounded back to the pitcher in the 1st inning to end that inning. The Mustangs trying to get on the board, trailing 4-0 here to the playoff-bound Uniontown Red Raiders.
Yeah, they've had their fair share of opportunities. Gary, base runner in every inning so far for the Mustangs.
First pitch is just low for ball 1. Just 40 pitches so far for Austin Grego. Very efficient through 3 innings so far.
Light starting to take effect now at Bailey Park.
1-0 pitch. That's a strike at the letters.
You mentioned Lyon grounded out 1-3 to end the first inning on the Laurel Highlands side.
1-1, Grego to Lyon. Line and the delivery. Ground ball to short. Little short one, and that gets under the glove of the shortstop, Tyler Gasper. So again, the Mustangs have the leadoff hitter on base. And an opportunity here in the top half of the fourth inning. We'll have to rule that E6.
For sure.
It's a low roller. Lyon might have been able to beat that out, but can't predict that for sure.
Let's say hello to our buddy Mookie John. He's at another youth baseball game tonight. His son Marky playing some Little League ball, but he has our game on, tuning in for all the action.
At the plate now is Shane Layton. He had a single. Went to second on the air back in the second inning. Takes strike one. Lyon, good speed over there on at first base. No pinch runner for him either as Layton fouls that one back. 0-2. Nobody out here in the top half of the fourth inning. 4-0, Uniontown.
Probably one of the biggest community baseball nights you would think here, Gary, with Uniontown and Laurel Highlands playing the city baseball game at Bailey Park.
And it is a very nice crowd. 0-2 pitch. That's way outside. Now throw down to first and back in safely is Lyon. That almost looked like a pitch out.
Yes. You had a good point yesterday. These 7 o'clock starts, I think, so great as far as bringing the community out. A lot of times the game's at 4 o'clock. Tough for folks to get over after work, but at 7 o'clock, most everybody's off. They can come over and really enjoy a nice night for high school baseball.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. So big first out in the inning recorded by way of strikeout.
That's what I always thought made the game special over at Hutchinson as well when they would play some of those under the lights. You'd have everybody coming out, and you see that with a lot of the Legion games as well, and they've done a nice job trying to recreate a lot of that magic over here at Bailey Park.
7 strikeouts now for Grego. 1 out in the inning. Lyon still on over there at first base. Check on the runner, throw over by Grego.
And also a great partnership between the city of Uniontown and the Uniontown School District as well. They've really worked so well together to get this field playable over the last 5 to 6 years again. And as we mentioned earlier, in great shape.
Big lead over there now for Lyon. He's going to go, and a bunt is a pop-up, and that's going to be trouble. It hits the net.
Wow.
That could have been a double play with the pop bunt by Flesher and Lyon running. He would have had big trouble trying to get back to first.
I agree.
If Smiley would have been able to catch that pop-up. But in any event, it's 1 strike. Lyon back to first.
The Mustangs have continued their trend, Gary, of a base runner in every inning. They still have yet to score, though, trailing Uniontown 4-0.
Lyon again with a decent lead, trying to get his footing established over there at first base. Flesher looks at a ball inside. So
the Red
1-1.
Yeah, the Red Raiders won 14-3 yesterday over Laurel Highlands, but that game really much closer than final score indicated.
It's 4-3 going into the 5th inning.
Correct. Yep. Mustangs led early on.
Twice. It was 1-0 and then 3-2. Now Lyon going again, and there's a bunt down the third base line. Nell's up with it. Throw to first, and nice play over there on a one-hopper throw by Nels. Hanging in there, making the play, Tate Musco to get the out at first.
That wasn't easy with a little one-hopper coming over, but Tate short-handed over at first, recording the second out of this top half of the 4th inning.
So sacrifice 5-3 for Flesher is going to bring up Gaelic with runner in scoring position in the form of Noah Lyon.
Gaelic had a tough day yesterday, 0 for 3, and struck out in his first at-bat here today.
Trying to keep count of pitches. It's difficult to maintain that. Did he go? No, he did not. Ball one. Check swing on that high fastball right up around the eyes. Grego now gets a signal from his partner, Hunter Smiley. Not much of a lead out there at second by Lyon. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one. Gaelic put a nice rip at that one, but just it came up empty.
He's only a freshman.
Once again, from the stretch, Grego, 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike two. So trying to end the inning with a strikeout again is Austin Grego.
We're seeing a lot of new names, Gary, on both of these teams next year. 7 of the 9 in the lineup on the Uniontown side, seniors. Of course, on the Laurel Highlands side, Kravosky, a senior, Layton, a senior. Ethan Koffer also graduating in 2024.
1-2 pitch from Grego. Swing and a miss, strike three. So down again go the Mustangs with leaving a runner at second base. And we're going to go to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Uniontown still on top, 4-0 here on the C. Harper Sports Night, WMBS and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Magisterial District Judge Nathan Henning extends his best wishes to both the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and to all our local sports teams and athletes. District Judge Nathan Henning recognizes that a successful season requires teamwork. It is the result of hard work of the players and coaches and the support of their families. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and Uniontown Red Raiders from District Judge Nathan Henning.
The C. Harper Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive C. Harper Service Valet. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car, then drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
Spring forward to home construction season with First Federal of Greene County. First Federal's construction and improvement loans put you in charge of your dream home project with all of the tools you need. First Federal offers construction loans, owner-builder loans, and home improvement loans. With offices in Fayette, Greene, and Washington counties, your loan stays here. Visit a First Federal loan officer today or apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458729.
Bottom half of the fourth inning, Uniontown on top, 4-0 here at Bailey Park. Noah Lyon still on the mound for the Mustangs to face Hunter Smiley, and then the top of the lineup for Uniontown.
Red Raiders scored 3 in the first inning, had a run in the second. Came up empty in the third. Highlight of the game so far, Gary, probably the Wyatt Nails solo home run to left center field back in that first inning.
That certainly was a rocket. And Noah Lyon with the first pitch in the dirt for ball one. I have him unofficially at 57 pitches here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Smiley singled back in the second, came around to score. Looks at strike one, 1-1 as he's squared around. Layton sprinting in from third base. One pitch. Outside for ball two. As you
nice
said,
to see the extended daylight right now.
Yeah,
still see a little light here.
But the lights do take effect, and that really is a good thing here at Bailey Park. 3-1 now. That was a high pitch. Looked like he might have taken a check swing at that, but was not to be. 3-1 now on the leadoff hitter here in the fourth inning for Uniontown, Hunter Smiley.
No delay.
Not sure what the issue there is. Uniontown bench trying to rile things up. Strike call, 3-2 on that fastball by Noah Lyon. Smiley now digging in. Lyon with the pitch. There's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back. That's gone.
Wow.
And it hit the windshield of the car out there and smashed it.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
right in the middle of the windshield.
Down the left field line, about 20 yards from the foul pole. Gentleman sitting out there in his soccer chair saw his car take a smash to the windshield. Hunter Smiley.
First home run of the season. Billy, he get a shot
over the left field wall. Wow.
Yeah, Billy can't get a shot of the car out there, but you can take our word for it. Completely smashed. See down there the green car?
Yep.
He's blocked by it. Might have to lean it out there a little bit. Blocking from our view, but...
Well, he doesn't seem fazed by it. He's still back in his chair and he's going to enjoy the rest of the game. So,
be a little expensive claim.
Wow.
His insurance company. We're going to get a new pitcher.
He's got some fans out there taking a look at his windshield now as we have a change on the mound, and we're going to step aside here briefly on the C. Harper Sports Night on WMBS and a Trib Live High School Sports Network for this pitching change.
That sounds good with Henry and Stewart Audiology.
JJ! What is it, Kerr? Can I get a drum roll, please? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the sounds of spring. As always, you have birds chirping and kids playing. But as a bonus, you will be able to hear my brother practicing drums. Okay. Well, maybe the sounds of spring are not equally pleasant, I would say. But at Henry Stewart Audiology, my dad will help you hear them all. 3 convenient locations that serve you: Uniontown, Carnegie, and Carmichael. Call 724-439-4380 today.
That sounds good with Henry and Stewart Audiology.
On the go? No time to stop? That's when you'll love Peach & Pharmacy's curbside pickup at Peach & Market in downtown Connellsville. Next time you have a prescription to get, let Peach & Pharmacy make it easy for you. Call ahead at 724-626-9600 or send a message. Let friendly curbside pickup keep you right where you want to be, in the driver's seat.
Peach & Pharmacy, your local pharmacy.
With the pitching change, Jack John comes in to take over on the mound for the Mustangs. Noah Lyon goes to shortstop. And I think that's Koffler moved to second base. And Galick moved to the outfield to left field for the Mustangs. So a dynamic start to the bottom of the 4th inning for Uniontown. Now has them up 5-0, Brian.
I have some pitching numbers for you on the year for Johns. This will be his 5th appearance, 0-1 record, 5.42 ERA. Has worked 10 1/3 innings, given up 16 hits, 8 runs. They've all been earned. Struck out 4, walked 9, facing 55 batters so far this season. Jack Johns, the new pitcher for Laurel Highlands.
Well, at least it'll be a different look coming in from the left side to the Uniontown Red Raiders as the lineup turns over once again. 3rd time at bat here just in the 4th inning for Mason Kuhn.
I think that Smiley home run, Gary, really surprised a lot of folks.
Oh, no doubt. It's in that 9th spot, and we talked about that earlier. The bottom 3 in the lineup, bottom 4 in the lineup for the Uniontown Red Raiders are providing a lot of punch.
And Smiley, who came into the game without an RBI on the season, a solo home run there, increases the Uniontown lead now to 5-0 and smashed a windshield in the process. I give the guy credit whose car got hit, Gary. He wasn't phased at all. If it was me, I'd be running out there looking, you know me.
Nah, you could have been as calm as anybody. Yeah.
Top of the order again, as you said, Mason Kuhn.
Fastball outside for ball one.
Mason singled back in the first inning, was hit by a pitch in the second.
So Lyon finished with, I have unofficially, like 61 pitches. 1-0 pitch, just misses again. 2-0 to Mason Kuhn. Singled in the first, got hit by a pitch in the second, scored in the first. Two-0 pitch. There's a high fly ball to right field, down the right field line. Going down the line in foul territory, unable to make a play, was Kravoski from first base. Coming over from his right field spot was Crouch, and just no chance to make a play on that one.
It's kind of a position where nobody could get to it.
Right. 2-1. That's high and outside for ball three.
You know, on the radio side tonight, more Pirates baseball. 9:40 start for the Pirates and the Oakland A's.
They really need to get things turned around on the offensive side of the plate for the Pirates. 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike two. Good breaking pitch that time by Johns.
No, less than, 5,000 people watched that game last night?
In Oakland, yeah. And they wonder why they're moving to Las Vegas, yeah. Three-two pitch. Johns took Kuhn. It pops it foul, and that's over the screen. Back behind home plate.
The good news is you go to a game there, you can probably sit wherever you want.
Yeah.
Always a good vantage point. The Pirates started off the season so hot, it has to be a little disappointing when things kind of fell apart in mid-April.
That's a difficult thing when you have no offense. And there's ball. Oh, strike three called as Kuhn was on his way to first.
Wow.
And he definitely didn't agree with that one, but strike three called.
Johns comes in.
The first inning, out of the inning.
And Johns comes in, he'll take that out. And now Musco coming to the plate. You have a lefty versus lefty matchup here.
Doubled in the first. He was also hit by a pitch in the second inning.
Came into the game with a .417 average.
Lefty on lefty here.
And our buddy Nick back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys Law Studios disappointed about the Pirates. He keeps score.
Too. I really enjoy watching it. It's just tough when you got, the half of the lineup can't bat 200.
I agree. He keeps scoring. He's producing the games back there. He's such a fan.
Strikeouts drive me crazy.
No, I hear you. Got to swing the bat.
In the major leagues. Breaking pitch inside, so 1 ball, 1 strike to Tate Musco. One out in the inning, 1 run in on the Smiley home run. 5-0, Uniontown on top here in the bottom half of the 4th inning.
And 2 home runs for Uniontown. Nails back in the first, now Smiley here in the 4th.
1-1 pitch, just misses. Hoff tried to frame that one on the outside corner.
And for Smiley, a senior, what a way to cap off your conference career home run in your final conference home game against your rival. The memory he'll have for a long time.
2-1 pitch, that's high and outside, 3-1. John's trying to work outs here for the Mustangs. 3-1 pitch, and little dribbler to the pitcher. John's up with it, throw to first in time to get Musco. That was a chalk job off the end of the bat that just kind of spun out to the pitcher. Johns had to go to his right, made a nice, consistent, very under control play to make the throw over to Kravoski to record the second out.
Now Cam Jackson coming to the plate. Had the rare RBI walk last time up.
Struck out in the first. 2 men up for Johns and 2 outs recorded. There's a pitch. There's a rip down to third base. That's foul. Oh, they called it fair. That was
foul.
That was foul by a foot. Wow. Unbelievable.
That wasn't even close.
That's right here underneath of us, and that was definitely foul.
We saw the one earlier, Gary, where Kuhn missed the third base bag. They didn't call it either.
He might going to come out here and see if he can get an appeal on that, but I think that was definitely foul. Coach Musco should tell him it was foul. Wow.
Maybe a double for Jackson.
I know it's a little tough from home plate to make that call, but
there was no chalk coming up there.
No, that was foul by at least a foot and a half. Got to get it right. That's the thing. I mean, I know Coach Musco is going to say that he can't appeal it, but it definitely was foul. But if you get it right, it was foul.
And Kenny still working the umpires pretty hard there.
Yeah.
I like Kenny, but the ball was foul. But I think he's more, arguing, Gary,
just the
fact he can't appeal it.
Of it, but
the more logistics about it.
I think maybe the umpire more than anything probably realizes that he missed a call and is trying to get it right.
Yeah.
So give him credit in that vein. But Coach Musco, he might find himself ejected here in a minute.
Good thing you got a non-conference game on Thursday if he has to sit out.
Well, they're putting him back out there. Wait a minute. Now he called it foul. Holy mackerel.
You're going to get Brad coming out now.
He should get thrown. I'd be going crazy if I'm Brad.
Yeah, well, Brad should come out and if they're going to put it back.
And I mean, really, he should be a foul ball.
It should have been foul called initially. Now both coaches coming together. And again, if you have the right call made initially, you don't have any of this going on.
Right.
That's what it comes down to. And again, you're talking more of the logistics right now more than whether the ball was fair or foul.
Well, if they have a challenge, they can come up to us. We'll tell them.
Yeah.
It's foul.
They're going to keep him on second, it looks like.
Yes, they are. Musco wins the technicality argument. And that's just really not right.
Now, Red Raider fans like it.
They're cheering, but for the wrong reason, I think. Anyway, he is on at second. And there is 2 outs in the inning, so Jackson will be credited with a double. Jeez.
Still some folks hot down there.
The Nels will come in with a home run and a grounder to shortstop with 2 outs in the inning to face Johns. And there's another rip deep to center field, way back, gone. And the foul ball has cost the Mustangs 2 runs, but give credit to Wyatt Nels, rips his second home run of the game, and that one was even more impressive than the first one, Brian.
Couple of deep shots from Wyatt Nels. Now 3 home runs for Wyatt on the season. 3 RBIs here today. He's now driven in 15 runs so far this year. The Uniontown lead now up to 7-0.
Yes, and so Coach Musco's talking to the fans over here. He knows it was foul, but he's
saying you can't appeal it.
And he's right.
Yep.
But
we haven't got
back to the Nels, though. That ball was ripped. Dead center field. Good, 20, 30 yards over the fence.
3 home runs from Uniontown today, 2 here in the inning.
That's a tape measure job.
1 from Nails, 1 from Smiley. John's still on the hill, and Austin Grego now at the plate with the score at 7-0.
2 outs in the inning, just outside for ball 1. The human element has come into effect.
Yes. And you certainly have more of that here in the high school game than you have in the pro game anymore.
Foul back, 1-1. Good pitch there by Johns.
I'm surprised we don't have computer umpires calling balls and strikes in the major leagues anymore. It's almost gotten to that. I know there's some talk about that AI-generated balls.
They're using it in the minors.
Yep.
1-1 pitch to Austin Grego. Wind and delivery. That's in there for a strike. Good off-speed breaking pitch there by Johns. And he's got to maintain his concentration and keep going at it. 1-2 pitch. That's high and outside. Called that one before it reached the mitt. So it's some drama here at Bailey Park. A smashed windshield, an incorrect call, 2 home runs, 3 home runs.
3 home runs tonight.
Including the smashed windshield. And swing and a miss, strike 3. So Grego goes down to end the inning, but not before the Red Raiders plate 3 runs on 2 home runs and a double by Cam Jackson. Controversial double, but it has posted the Uniontown Red Raiders out to a now a 7-0 lead as we go to the top of the 5th here on the C. Harper Sports Night, WMBS and Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Donald M. Miller Incorporated has been providing quality service to Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Maryland, and Ohio since 1945. Their workforce is trained in all aspects of roofing installation, including asphalt shingles, standing seam metal, slate copper, and EPDM roofing. They also do gutter and other specialty metal installations. They do both residential and commercial projects of any size. Feel free to call their office at 724-438-8071 and speak with Donnie or Doug Miller about your roof project.
The C. Harper Auto Group is bringing service to your door with the exclusive C. Harper Service Valets. Just call to schedule your next service appointment, and we'll come pick up your car and drop it off after the work is finished. We'll even wash it for you. Call us today at 724-930-7766 to schedule your next appointment. Pickup and delivery with white glove service. Never wait in a service lounge again. Call us today at 724-930-7766.
It's just that easy.
Casey Sports Cafe, located at 243 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown and owned by the Vernon family, wants you to know they have new evening hours. And those new hours are 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. on the weekends. Come to Casey Sports Cafe and check out their new menu ideas and entrees. Casey's can also cater your next event. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Casey's is the place to eat. Call 724-550-4126.
Back here at Bailey Park in Uniontown, Brian Morozak along with Gary Frankhauser moving to the top half of the 5th inning. Laurel Highlands with hitters 8, 9, and 1 due up. Connor D'Amico, Ethan Koffler, and Parker Hoff. Uniontown with 3 home runs tonight, leading the Laurel Highlands Mustangs by a score of 7-0. 2 home runs in that bottom half of the 4th inning. Solo shot from Hunter Smiley and the 2-run home run from Wyatt Nails. And Gary, there was an extended discussion with the 2 umpires, Brad Yeoman and Kenny Musco, Uniontown's head coach. They're in between innings, I think, discussing some of the appeals process after that controversial double from Cam Jackson in the 4th inning.
Well, I'm sure they were agreeing that the procedure was done correctly, but the result was not accurate, but you can't do anything about it.
Connor D'Amico will take the first pitch for a strike from Austin Grego. And Grego, we mentioned coming into this game, 29 strikeouts to 4 walks so far this season. And Austin, another solid night now with 9 strikeouts here against Laurel Highlands so far this evening. And the 0-1 here to D'Amico. And D'Amico, a line drive shot down the third base line. That's a fair ball. On his horse there for Uniontown is Braden Hinsey into the corner. And here's D'Amico with a stand-up double to get the Mustangs started here in the top half of the 5th.
And I think for the 3rd time, leadoff runner on.
And the Mustangs have had a base runner on base now, Gary, in every half inning that they've been at bat so far in this game. You had Crouch single back in the 1st. Layton single to lead off the 2nd. Hoff was hit by a pitch in the 3rd. Noah Lyon got on via an error in the 4th. And now D'Amico doubling here to start the 5th, but the Mustangs without a run scored in this game.
4th time with the leadoff runner on.
And with nobody out, and Ethan Koffler at the plate. Koffler struck out looking first time up.
Well, that's the key. The Grego strikeouts have eliminated those runners.
Goffler showing bunt, infield charging, and Ethan lays it down, goes back to Grego. Sacrifice successful, as down to third goes D'Amico, and Goffler out at first. But at 7-0 though, Gary, how effective is that sacrifice?
Well, I mean, I guess looking at it fundamentally, trying to get a guy down to third base and maybe get something started, get something on the board.
Something to build on at the top of the order now up. Mustangs starting their third trek through the lineup. Parker Hoff at the plate. Was hit by a pitch and stole a base last time up. Popped up back in the first inning. Grego's first pitch here to Hoff. Little check swing. Pitch missed low. And the count at 1-0. Where's Grego at as far as the pitch count's concerned tonight, Gary?
I have him at 58.
So it's been very efficient. And the count 1-0. Against Parker Hoff, who came into the game with a .382 average and 2 RBIs. Next pitch just missed. Takes the count out at 2-0. And Uniontown clinched a playoff spot yesterday with a win over Laurel Highlands. Greater Latrobe and Bell Vernon will play for the section championship tomorrow night in Ross Traver Township after Bell Vernon knocked off Greater Latrobe 4-3 in 12 innings yesterday. 2-0 pitch on the way to Hoff. Check swing, but the pitch was in there for a strike. Count moves to 2-1. Again, the WPIAL baseball playoff pairings will come out on May 10th. Uniontown will play a non-conference game here Thursday against Carmichael's. Josh Scully and Tony Hanula will have the game for you here on WMBS. Now time called.
Hoff stepping out.
Our game also on the South Union Township Sports Network tonight, courtesy of United Bank. SWGI, now U.S. Digestive Health. 2-1 pitch on the way, and Hoff a little nubber foul on the right side. Davis and Davis, attorneys at law. Smith Lewis Chess CPAs in Uniontown. South Union Township Supervisors Bob Schiffbauer, Rick Vernon, and Jason Scott. The Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. And the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, all sponsors on the South Union Township Sports Network.
2-2, Hoff trying to get something going here for the Mustangs.
Grego from the stretch, clean look over to D'Amico at third. Now time called there by Parker.
Grego had him frozen in there, long delay at the stretch.
Deep breath from Austin Grego. 7-0, Uniontown leading Laurel Highlands. And as we work here with 1 out in the top of the 5th, next pitch on the way. Oh, check swing, pitch missed low, and it takes us full to 3-2. Didn't miss by too much there,
It
Gary.
looked good from here.
Seen that a lot, though, tonight. A lot of pitches look good from here. And we're positioned high above the third base line at Bailey Park. Now the 3-2 on the way. Grego to Hoff. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. It's now 10 strikeouts in this game for Austin Grego. And the second out recorded here in the top half of the 5th inning. With Nick Crouch now coming to the plate. Crouch 1 for 2 today. Singled back in the first. Struck out in the third. Freshman came into the game with a .231 average. Temperatures cooling down, but Austin Grego still heating up on the mound for Uniontown. First pitch on the way here to Crouch. Ground ball scooped up by the third baseman Wyatt Nails. Throw over to first in time to Tate Musco to retire Nick Crouch 5-3 for the third out of this top half of the 5th inning. So head to the bottom of the 5th. Still 7-0 Uniontown over Laurel Highlands here in the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
Contact attorney Dan White at Tremba, Kinney, Greiner, and Kerr, a full-service law firm which can assist you with all of your legal needs. With an office located on Morrell Avenue in Connellsville, the team at Tremba, Kinney, Greiner, and Kerr prides itself on its ability to professionally and aggressively address your legal matters, meeting with you as soon as possible, and returning your telephone calls in a prompt fashion. Contact Dan White at Tremba, Kinney, Greiner, and Kerr, 724-628-7955.
Pizza, beer, atmosphere. It's all at Mom Maruka's Pizza, located on Barton Mill Road in Uniontown. Mom Maruka's is your prime spot to enjoy local high school sports. Family owned and operated, the Sampson family carries on the tradition of homemade pizza, salads, wings, and the best Italian hoagie and homemade bruschetta in town. Mom Maruka's is open Monday through Saturday from 4 to 10 for indoor and outdoor dining and takeout. Don't forget Mom's catering services for your next party or gathering. Call 724-438-9066 or visit MomMarukapizza.com for their menu and live music schedule.
Just as your local State Farm agent combines good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you'll get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. In fact, State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman is your go-to agent in Uniontown for the service you deserve at the price you want. So try to combine home and auto today. State Farm agent Lauren Yeoman will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call 724-592-6308 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here at Bailey Park in Uniontown, the Uniontown Red Raiders a 7-0 lead over the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, moving to the bottom half of the fifth inning. The Red Raiders with hitters 6, 7, and 8 due up. Gary Smitley, Tyler Gasper, and Braden Hinsey. Uniontown 3 home runs tonight, 1 from Hunter Smiley, 2 from Wyatt Nails. And Gary getting some text messages here as the Sandy Stevens home run record in jeopardy with that long home run, the second one from Nails.
That was legendary.
Yeah, rumor has it he hit one over the staging area, which was once a lumber yard.
That back there, you can see the buildings that are back there now, but you know, that's one of those deals that home run gets longer.
Yes,
year,
I know.
But he did hit it a mile. There's no doubt about it.
So Jack Johns on in relief of Noah Lyon on the Laurel Highlands side. Gary Smitley 0 for 2 today, and actually we're going to have a pinch hitter here. It's going to be Connor Hebda. So Hebda to hit for Smitley. And Johns' first pitch to Hebda. First pitch swinging there, and he'll drive one. A line drive to left, but caught by Andrew Gallick, who's now playing left field for Laurel Highlands. But Hebda, pretty good drive there, Gary.
Yeah, nice line drive hit, and another nice play out there, though, in left field.
So 1 up, 1 down here. Yep. 1 up, 1 down here in the bottom of the fifth. Tyler Gasper now coming to the plate. Gasper hit by a pitch in the second, struck out swinging in the third. Jack Johns will wind and fire the first pitch here to Gasper, which misses low and inside for ball 1. Gasper, one of the seniors honored before the start of the game today here at Bailey Park. Johns is 1-0 to Tyler Gasper, and Gasper swing and a miss, evens up the count at 1-1. Johns ready to wind and fire now. The 1-1 here to Tyler, and therefore a strike takes the count to 1-2. Brian Morozak along with Gary Frankhauser, Billy Dice behind the camera, Nick Barczyk back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law studios tonight. Appreciate you joining us for a Tuesday night of high school baseball action.
Temperature dropping, as you said. It's down to 62, and there's another fly ball, this one to center field.
Getting under it there, D'Amico for the outs. Connor D'Amico, good job out there in center. So 2 up, 2 down for Uniontown here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Laurel Highlands is yet to retire the Red Raiders 1, 2, 3 in any inning so far in this game. Now Braden Hinsey will come to the plate. Hinsey off a 3 performance yesterday where he had 3 RBIs and 3 runs scored. Looking for his first hit of the night tonight against Laurel Highlands. Only a freshman, talented future. First pitch swinging here again from Hinsey. And this one going deep to left, but Gallick making the catch for the third out of the inning. So the Red Raiders retired in order. Here in the bottom half of the fifth, we played 5. Here from Bailey Park, 7-0 Uniontown over Laurel Highlands on the CR Product Group High School Sports Night.
On the go? No time to stop? That's when you'll love Peach & Pharmacy's curbside pickup at Peach & Market in downtown Connellsville. Next time you have a prescription to get, let Peach & Pharmacy make it easy for you. Call ahead at 724-626-9600 or send a message. Let friendly curbside pickup keep you right where you want to be, in the driver's seat.
Peach & Pharmacy, your local pharmacy.
Good times and good food. It's all at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown, family owned and operated. Potter's has been a staple in the Uniontown community since 1950. So get out of the house and make your next night out at Potter's Bar and Grill on Morgantown Street in Uniontown. Call them up at 724-438-9835. That's 724-438-9835. Or visit Potter's on Facebook. We'll see you at Potter's.
Welcome to Allstate, where saving on your auto insurance is kind of like a joyride. You, your car, and an open road. Maybe your best friend, too. The music is chill, and so is the traffic. Allstate. Here, better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands at Allstate.
In Uniontown, call Allstate agent Russ Blejo at 724-439-9700 or stop in Russ's office on Lebanon Avenue.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
We're back here for the top half of the 6th inning. Uniontown holding on to a 7-0 lead as the Mustangs will come to the plate. Due up for the Mustangs, Kravosky, Lyon, and Layton. Still on the mound for Uniontown, Austin Grego, and I have him at 64 pitches.
Yeah, the guy's been very efficient throughout the course of the evening on the Uniontown side. If you're fans of youth baseball on the South Union Township Sports Network tomorrow night, Midget League Baseball starting at 5:45 with Josh Scully and Billy Dice. That's back, Gary, on the South Union Township Sports Network tomorrow at 5:45.
First pitcher, Kravosky, outside for ball one.
Again, they have that brand new turf down there at the Midget and Little League field as well. So if anything, tune in to see the turf. If you haven't seen it yet.
Benefit of Pirate Charities? Or
yes,
yeah.
I believe so.
Second pitch just a little low again, ball two.
The South Union Township Sports Network will have games on throughout the spring and the summer. We'll try to get a firm schedule up on their site as well, a lot depending on the weather and some of our other obligations with high school playoff games.
That one's low again, and Grego can't get a call. When he's looking back in, he's questioning the call.
Come on already. Top of the 6-7-0. Give me a strike, right?
3-0 to Devin Kravosky. Struck him out twice so far.
Devin came in with a 400 average.
That was a strike on the outside corner. 3-1. Kravosky taking all the way, trying to get another leadoff runner on for the Mustangs, but has not helped. They haven't been able to push one across home plate. 3-1 pitch. There's a one hopper on to shortstop. Big throw over, and he got him back. Tate Musco had to stretch and get the throw up the first base line and get his foot back on the bag.
Now, a heck of a play there from Tate because the throw was wide there, Gary. And
That's
Tate
right.
Reaching out, as you said, and getting his foot back on the bag to make that out happen.
The Gasper with the big hop. Strong throw over to the first, but just pulled Musco slightly off the bag. And hustling down the line, Kravosky, almost the beneficiary of that play. But it's the first out, and that's going to bring up Noah Lyon. Looks at a fastball for strike one. Grego, very efficient, as you said, Brian. Eliminating these Mustangs, and there's strike two looking to Lyon. He looks at the first two fastballs, 0-2 now.
Yeah, the advantage Uniontown has, assuming they don't have to play a pigtail or preliminary round game, you could pitch Musco, have Grego available in relief, and then come back with those guys in the quarterfinals if you would get a win.
Another big hopper to Gasper now, throw over, and that pulls him off the bag. So second time was not to be.
I don't know why he rushed it so much, Gary. He had plenty of time there.
He sure did, as that was a hard-hit ball. Popped right up to him, right in front of second base, and kind of sidearmed it over to first base, pulling Musco off the bag. So runner on for the Mustangs with one out.
That's the second time Lions actually got on, Gary, via a Gasper error.
Yeah. Now what are the umpires talking about? We're not sure, but
there shouldn't really have been much controversy there. Throw was wide. He was safe at first. I don't know what you can really discuss there. Nobody was on base when it happened.
Nothing happened, so whatever it was, it didn't mean anything.
Nope.
So 1-on-1 out. Shane Layton at the plate now for the Mustangs. Here's the pitch, high and inside, ball 1. No need for Noah Lyon to take off.
No, 7-0.
His run really would just be a start of something, so don't want to run yourself out of any inning here. One 1-0 pitch, and Shane stepped out before the pitch could come in, and Gregor just kind of lobbed it into home plate, went through his motion.
With Lyon getting on here again, Gary, in the 6th, Laurel Highlands again has continued this trend of a base runner in every inning so far, without a run being scored.
Yeah. Now the 1-0 pitch to Layton. Way out in front of that one, just waved at it for strike 1. Looking for a fastball, got a breaking pitch that time on the outside part and just unable to put the bat on that one.
And Gary, you were telling me a story about an all-star softball team that used to play their games here at Bailey Park back in the day.
It was like the traveling Globetrotters, Eddie Feiner, the king in his court. That's a strike.
You told me their team only had 3 players on it?
They had a catcher, shortstop, and a first baseman, and the pitcher. And then they played a all-star team from the local area. Fast pitch, softball.
They never lost.
I never saw them lose. And then he would strike out just about everybody. And if there was a hit, it would never. Now Noah Lyon's going to run himself out of the play, and he's going to be picked off at first, just what we talked about. And not sure why that was the case there, but that's going to be.
He kind of hopped off the bag and just stood between first and second. It was a very odd.
So that's a 1-3 put out for the second out of the inning.
How many years ago was that, Gary?
Shoot, I was young. It's been 50 years ago, I'm sure.
Sure, some of the old-timers remember it, though.
Yeah, they were swing and a miss for strike 3, so Grego mows them down. Another strikeout for Grego. So the Mustangs end up only having 3 batters in the inning. And we're to go to the bottom of the 6th. Uniontown still leading 6-0 here on the C. Harper Sports Night, WMBS, South Union Township Sports Network, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic regularly. All insurance accepted. Experienced therapists. Convenient location and hours. Part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500.
Spring forward's an home construction season with First Federal of Greene County. First Federal's construction and improvement loans put you in charge of your dream home project with all of the tools you need. First Federal offers construction loans, owner-builder loans, and home improvement loans. With offices in Fayette, Greene, and Washington counties, your loan stays here. Visit a First Federal loan officer today or apply online at ffgc.bank. First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, member FDIC, equal housing lender, NMLS number 458. 729.
For Farm Fresh dairy products, stop in Jackson Farms Dairy Store, Route 40 at Briar Hill. Enjoy delicious hot deli items available Monday through Friday, eat in or take out. Jackson Farms Dairy Store features quality dairy products, the most delectable homemade ice cream you will ever eat, and now available at Jackson Farms is their own farmhouse cheddar cheese and cheese curds. Why not stop in Jackson Farms today?
Farm fresh milk, straight off the farm. Jackson Farms.
Here we go with the bottom half of the 6th inning. Uniontown on top, 7-0. The Mustangs unable to push anything across, even though they've been able to get runners on in every inning.
We were talking about carnivals from 60 years ago at the Uniontown Shopping Center in between commercial breaks.
It was packed up there. Unbelievable.
You're telling me stories about guys going inside of cages fighting animals for 5 minutes.
That's exactly what happened.
Unbelievable.
Here's the pitch, and a pop foul to the right side.
You never know what story you're going to get in a 7-0 game, right?
Yeah, leading off is Hunter Smiley. He, of the single and home run, scored 2 runs for Uniontown and smashed a windshield.
Yes, not every day you can do that on a Tuesday night.
Here's the 0-1 pitch now. He steps off.
Is the car still out there in left? That's the question now.
Yes, it is.
Window is still smashed. And the gentleman is still sitting in front of it, not bothered at all.
Here's the 0-1, and another rip to
Look
left
out.
field. That's way back, going at the track and caught.
Gala caught it.
Nice play out there in left field, but another ride by Smiley.
Wow.
Found some power.
Yeah, he was without a home run coming into the game.
And that one was all the way
He almost
back
had
to
2
the
tonight.
fence.
He almost had 2 tonight.
He would have had to match Nels with his 2.
And we have questions. Did Nails break Sandy Stevens' home run record as far as distance tonight? He had a couple of long shots this evening as well.
Must go to the plate. I'm sorry. Kuhn to the plate. Looked like he was going to try to bunt his way on there, but pulled back for ball 1. Johns with the windup and the delivery. Strike on the inside corner.
And Johns has retired 5 straight.
One pitch, low and inside, 2-1.
And since he gave up that home run to Nails, he's been very efficient.
Two-one pitch from the lefty. There's a rip right up the middle. Ringing single by Mason Kuhn. And he takes a big turn at first base. Watching to see what's going to happen and throw back in.
Second hit of the night for Kuhn. He's been on base safely in 3 or 4 plate appearances. Was also hit by a pitch in the second, struck out looking in the 4th.
Has hit the ball hard twice. And that's going to bring up Musco with 1 out in the inning. And the 7-0 lead for the Red Raiders. Looking to add on here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Breaking pitch just misses inside for ball 1 to Tate Musco. Musco's doubled in the first. He was hit by a pitch in the second and grounded back to the pitcher on a hit off the end of his bat back in the 4th inning. Throw over to first in the dirt. Good stop there by Kravosky. Kuhn getting a nice lead over there at first base. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And another little dribbler to third base. This time Layton to first for the out. Another hit off the end of the bat for Tate Musco. A nice play there by Shane Layton coming from his third base position almost behind the pitcher's mound to scoop that up, throw it over to Kravosky for the second out. Moving to second on the play was Mason Kuhn. And that's going to bring Jackson to the plate with Kuhn on at second and 2 outs.
Yeah, Jackson's had another nice game. Had that walk RBI in the second inning, and that controversial double to left field, and he scored on the 2-run home run from Wyatt Nails.
Here's the pitch. A pop-up in the infield. Kravosky's going to go over and look at it, but it's going to be out of play on the right side.
Billy brought up a good point to me, Gary. If Jackson can get on here, you'll give Nails another opportunity to get another at-bat and maybe a 3rd home run tonight.
Could happen. Yeah, it could be a walk-off, too.
Yeah, 10-0.
Yeah.
See how this plays out. Runner going.
Now, why are you doing that? Tell me why.
And Kuhn's out, and that'll end it.
Yes, it will. He's
They get an
out.
appeal?
He's out. What happened?
They called a balk.
Oh, okay. They called a balk. He didn't step back. So Kuhn was, I'm not sure why he's running 7-0, but he was. 0-1 pitch now to Jackson, high and inside, 1-1.
Well, chin music there to back out of the way of that one.
So I guess aggressive base running is going to be the style for the Red Raiders going into the playoffs.
Yes.
So they might as well
Have been doing it all year.
Yeah.
Been doing it all year. Not going to change their style right now.
1-1 pitch. That's back to the backstop, and Kuhn doesn't try to score on that one. Good hustle back there by Parker Hoff. Tracked it down, and that was probably a good idea that Kuhn did not try to score. John coming in to cover.
A 2-1 count now.
With 2 outs in the inning. John trying to stop this effort by the Red Raiders to add on to a 7-0 lead. 2-1 pitch. Just outside, 3-1. Crowd still hanging around here, Brian.
Nice night, comfortable temperatures. 2 local teams playing. Doesn't happen every night at Bailey.
3-1 pitch, and now that one's going to go to the backstop, and no chance to stop the play at home base now as Kuhn scores. And
Jackson will take
first on the walk. So that makes it an 8-0 game and does bring up Wyatt Nails.
And Kuhn actually got hit there on the throw, too.
Yeah, well, he tried to throw it back to John's covering, and it hit Kuhn's as he was crossing home plate.
So Wyatt Nails comes to the plate here, Gary. If he homers, he'll end the game at 10-0.
Well,
they're going to intentionally walk him? You got to be kidding me. They're going to intentionally walk him in an 8-0 game. Oh, you can't do that.
Well.
Wow.
That's some gamesmanship there.
And an 8-0 game.
Well, that's going to bring up Grego. He has just so much power, so you're going to, well.
And now Grego at the plate.
I guess that's just the same as, there's a little looper to second base and right in the glove of
strategy
Ethan
worked though,
Koffler.
right?
Yes, it did. So that's going to end the inning, just 1 run in. So the Red Raiders lead 8-0 as we go to the top of the 7th here on the C. Harper Sports Night, WMBS, the South Union Township Sports Network, and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
Brewston Chiropractic Studio is the new chiropractic office in town. Located inside Spin Unlimited, just behind the Texas Roadhouse, Dr. Stephen Lint and Dr. Brooke Sova are well-versed in the latest chiropractic and soft tissue techniques to help you get out of pain and functioning at your best. Call 724-912-6505 or go online at www.brewstonwellness.com for more information or to schedule your appointment.
Magisterial District Judge Nathan Henning extends his best wishes to both the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and to all our local sports teams and athletes. District Judge Nathan Henning recognizes that a successful season requires teamwork. It is the result of hard work of the players and coaches and the support of their families. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and Uniontown Red Raiders from District Judge Nathan Henning.
The Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood is a veterans organization located in Fayette County since 1950. They are proud to advertise on WMBS sports programs and to contribute to the Veterans Hospital, local sports teams, and scouting organizations. The Catholic War Veterans will be holding a veterans breakfast coming up on May 18th from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Veterans, police, first responders are invited to attend at no cost. A guest Goodwill donation will be accepted. Best of luck to all of our local teams from the Catholic War Veterans Post 1669 in Hopwood.
Back here at Bailey Park, Austin and Grego looking for a complete game. Uniontown leads Laurel Highlands 8-0. Mustangs down to their final 3 outs here in the top half of the 7th inning with Nick Flesher, Andrew Gallick, and Connor D'Amico due up on the Laurel Highlands side. And the highlights for Uniontown tonight, a couple of home runs from Wyatt Nails, who was intentionally walked in his last at-bat. Hunter Smiley also homering for Uniontown. Now Nick Flesher, who's 0 for 2 today, the lead off for Laurel Highlands here in the top half of the 7th.
Well, he's 0 for 1. He had a sacrifice.
Oh, you're right on that. Yep, I do have the sack down there. Pitching there for a strike, 0-1.
Not even in danger of reaching 100 pitches.
Yep.
Just around 70, 71 pitches right now.
probably the most efficient outing that Grego's had so far this year. 0-1 here to Flesher. Now 0-2 as that pitch finds the strike zone. With a win, Uniontown will improve to 6-7 overall and even up their conference record at 5-5. Again, they clinched a playoff spot yesterday. Grego will wind and fire the 0-2 here to Flesher. And Flesher pops it up in foul territory on the right side over the fence and out of play. Count remains 0-2.
Fan didn't see it, almost hit him.
Again, I have to thank all of our sponsors all season long. Our high school baseball coverage not done yet. We'll have the Uniontown Carmichael's game for you on Thursday. We'll have some local action for you next week as well. Stay tuned as we'll post an official game date for you. Of course, some playoff action hopefully as well in a couple of weeks. Class will drop Laurel Highlands to 1-13 and 0-10 in the conference. 1-2 pitch here called strike 3. I believe that's 12 strikeouts now for Grego.
Count them up.
11 for Grego. And one out here in the top of the 7th. And Andrew Gallick now coming to the plate. And we might have a pinch hitter here. It will be Aiden Wingard. Wingard to bat for Gallick. And Grego's first pitch here to Wingard, called strike.
Kind of jumped back and must have caught the corner.
Wingard got at bat yesterday against the Red Raiders as well. Batted for Nick Flesher yesterday in the later innings. And I'll send one here, opposite field right and foul. Get over the fence and out of play. Count moves to 0-2. Wingard actually walked in his plate appearance yesterday to lead off the 7th inning. Facing Tate Musco, walked on 4 pitches. Now the 0-2 here from Grego to Wingard. Foul tipped and caught, and it goes to strike 3. So now we're up to 12 strikeouts for Austin Grego, and Uniontown an out away from a win here tonight.
It's only been 2 hours and 15 minutes.
For us, it's been a quick game, but not done yet. You never know. Haven't got to the last out yet. And it's Connor D'Amico at the plate here for Laurel Highlands.
As a double.
Swings and misses here. He's behind 0-1.
And Grego looks like he's just as strong now as he was when he started. That was some heat.
Notice that a lot with both Grego and Musco this year. They had the tendency to get stronger in the later innings. Sometimes it's the early innings where they can get in a couple of jams. Missed there on the 0-1, evens up the count at 1-1. We saw that with Grego against Greater Latrobe last Tuesday, Gary.
We did.
Gave up, 6 in the first, and then was solid throughout much of the contest, but the Red Raiders got in trouble in the 7th. Swing and a miss there from D'Amico, and now the Mustangs down to their final strike. Count at 1-2. Grego looking for the complete game. Uniontown looking to even up their conference record at 5-5. Looking for the sweep of Laurel Highlands. 1-2 pitch on the way. And that one misses to even up the count at 2-2. And prior to yesterday, Laurel Highlands had won 8 straight in the series with Uniontown. Last Uniontown win before yesterday afternoon was 2017. Now the Red Raiders an opportunity to win on consecutive nights against their crosstown rival. 2-2 pitch now. Grego to D'Amico as Austin will wind and fire. And this one a little nubber popped up, charging his Gasper. Will get it on one hop. He's unable to hang on.
We're going to give him a hit. I think he would have beat that out. That was a looper that would have had to been really quickly grabbed and thrown by Gasper. And keeps things going here for the Mustangs.
They still have had a base runner, Gary, in every inning.
Yeah.
Keeps that trend alive.
Koffler will come to the plate.
Sacrificed last time up, struck out back in the 3rd. He's swinging the bat here with 2 outs. And the Mustangs down 8-0. Grego now from the stretch. First pitch to Koffler, swing and a miss. Counted 0-1. And the Mustangs will have another opportunity to look for a win on Saturday against Blackhawk. And then they'll travel to Brownsville on Monday to take on the Falcons down at Redstone Field. A 1 on the way to Koffler, called strike, now 0-2. Once again, the Red Raiders a strike away from ending this one tonight. Grego looking for his 13th strikeout of the night. And looking to finish off Laurel Highlands. 0-2 here to Ethan Koffler, brings the heat, called strike 3. And Uniontown wins it 8-0 over Laurel Highlands tonight from Bailey Park. We're back to tell you all about it right after this on the C.R. Parada Group High School Sports Night.
Uniontown Detailing offers an all-inclusive auto care experience. Services include full auto detailing, professional ceramic coatings, window tinting, undercoating, paintless dent repair, and more. Uniontown Detailing has moved to a new location on 255 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown. Stop by and check them out today. Best of luck this season to all local teams from Uniontown Detailing.
Attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt at Watson Mundorf LLP wish the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and all of our local teams the best of luck this year. Watson Mundorf is a premier regional law firm whose experience and expertise empower it to not only be an advocate for its clients, but also provide them with exceptional service to exceed expectations. With offices in Uniontown and Connellsville, they are local and here to serve you. Call 724-626-8882 for attorneys Bobby Gordon, Shane Gannon, and Tim Witt.
Looking for the highest quality products at the lowest prices? Shop and save on Walnut Hill in Uniontown has the widest selection of brands and the freshest offerings around. They specialize in your family's grocery needs. Save big and sign up for the Shop and Save Perks card to get money-saving benefits and discounts on gas. Shop and save. Walnut Hill Road, Uniontown, open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Working hard to offer you the best at Shop and Save because it's the just right thing to do.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest. Now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Ready to start that spring project? That renovation? That addition? Are you struggling to find the right construction team that meets your needs? Are you looking for dedication, commitment, and quality? Well, then it's time to make the call to AK Contracting. Voted last year's best home builder and best remodeler contractor in Fayette County. Owner Aaron Kryzak is ready to help you make your home renovation dreams a reality. Call AK Contracting today, 724-550-0411. Don't settle for OK. Call AK today.
At Uniontown Printing Press, they are more than T-shirts. They are about you and everything you love. And they are local. Operated by Mookie John and Kenny Musco, they share the passion with your group, club, or team, the excitement you have for your event or cause, and that makes your business stand out from the rest. Uniontown Printing Press believes that custom T-shirts do more than just make you look good. They help you feel good and inspire you to do good. Call Uniontown Printing Press at 724-366-7095. That's 724-366-7095. Are you down with UPP? On the go? No time to stop? That's when you'll love Peach & Pharmacy's free prescription delivery and mail service. Call 724-626-9600 or send a message and ask about free prescription delivery and mail service. Next time you have a prescription to get or need a refill, have it delivered to your home or workplace. Prescriptions at your doorstep from Peach & Pharmacy.
Peach & Pharmacy, your local pharmacy.
Amador Transit, locally owned and operated by the Scott family, have been helping students travel to school safely in the Fayette County area for more than 4 years. Amador Transit is a proud sponsor of Laurel Highlands High School sports and wishes all the area teams good luck. For more information about Amador Transit, call them 724-439-3164.
724-439-3164. Or stop by their office at 253 South Mount Vernon Avenue in Uniontown.
Pizza, beer, atmosphere. It's all at Mom Maruka's Pizza, located on Barton Mill Road in Uniontown. Mom Maruka's is your prime spot to enjoy local high school sports. Family owned and operated, the Sampson family carries on the tradition of homemade pizza, salads, wings, and the best Italian hoagie and homemade bruschetta in town. Mom Maruka's is open Monday through Saturday from 4 to 10 for indoor and outdoor dining and takeout. Don't forget Mom's catering services for your next party or gathering. Call 724-438-9066 or visit MomMarukaPizza.com for their menu and live music schedule.
Back here at Bailey Park, where Uniontown's knocked off Laurel Highlands tonight by a score of 8-0. Gary has your game recap.
Thanks, Brian. For the Mustangs, they did not score a run, as stated. They did have 4 hits. They didn't commit an error, and they left 6 men on base, Brian. We for all of the innings, they were able to get runners on in the third inning by way of a hit by pitch. They had a runner on in every inning, but unable to push anything across home plate. So no runs on 4 hits. They did not commit an error and left 6 men on base. For the Uniontown Red Raiders, 8 runs on 9 hits. They did commit a couple of errors, and they did leave 6 men on base. But the highlights for Uniontown, Mason Kuhn going 2 for 3, and the home run balls from Wyatt Nell's long home runs, 2 home runs that resulted in a lot of runs, a lot of RBIs for the Uniontown Red Raiders. And at the bottom of the lineup, 2 for 3 for Hunter Smiley, including his first home run of the year. So a lot of highlights on the Uniontown side. And defensively, 13 Ks for Austin Grego in a complete game outing for him.
Again, our next broadcast comes your way on Thursday night. Uniontown hosting Carmichael's. We're on the air at 6:40 with our Sprouse Insurance Group pregame show. Josh Scully and Tony Hanul will bring you all of the action. First pitch from Bailey set for 7 o'clock. Gary, enjoyed it as always.
Absolutely. And, again, great setting, great crowd. Senior night for the Uniontown Red Raiders. And it was a special evening.
And stay tuned. Pirates baseball on the way next on the radio side for Gary Frankhauser, Billy Dice. Behind the camera, Nick Barczyk back inside our Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios. And Brian Morozek. Have yourselves a pleasant good evening. And get your final score, Uniontown 8 and Laurel Highlands 0. So long, everybody, from Bailey Park.
Accident.